welcome you all around the world to the third round of LBFF Season 7. And I am Marcelo Ferrantino, your captain for the night. And of course, I am cited by my incredible co-pilot, Isa13. How you doing, Isa?
I am so great, and I am so happy that you're joining us for the final round in the first week of our 7th season in the Brazilian Free Fire League. I'm so excited, Marcelo.
It's gonna be a great day because we have the two teams that played the best throughout this weekend, and we will probably have some great confrontations right here today, right, Isa?
Yes, and this is the first time groups B and C confront each other, so we are hoping to see different kind of confrontations, especially drop call fights and maybe something else that we're not even ready for, so I am very excited.
And some of the best surprises of the first 2 days will be here, like God Unidas, like BD Vasco. We have lots of teams coming back from the first day that happened on Saturday, and that will be here today for the round number 3. And we gotta show you how the standings are right now, so you can see which teams will be playing today and how those teams are hoping to reach the top, because Vivocade had a great weekend with 140 points, averaging 70 points per day, but we have God Unidas that was the best team of the first days.
Yes, and it is going to be very hard for God Unidas to keep up with Vivocade. They will need to have an incredible day like they did in the first. And we are starting to see the sketches of the standings. God Unidas, Corinthians, and Fluxo have the chance to achieve the leadership of the standings, and if they have a good day, they probably will. So far, we have Group A dominating completely the standings, and we are seeing Loud, Tropa, Metagaming, and Real at the bottom of the charts. So we will need a better performance from these groups, so they can go up in the ranks. So right now we have a lot to expect, and this standings will define how the first week went, because right now we will take away the difference of matches that we had.
And of course, we know that, as Isa pointed out, we have Real, Metagaming, Trop, and Loud on the bottom of the table. However, they only played against 6 teams.
Yes.
6 teams from the other group, the Group A. Today, we will get to see how those teams will have been faring off against all teams on the table.
Yes.
So now we can start drawing which teams are having troubles with one group, which teams are having trouble with the other group, how they will go against each other, how will the matchup happen between those 3 groups, right, Isa?
Yes, and of course, Cruzeiro, Team Liquid, and Netshoes Miners aren't doing so well on punctuation as well. So if the bottom teams playing today do well, they will probably pass and push the teams that I've said before to the bottom of the charts. So there's going to be a lot to see in terms of standings changes, and that's going to be very interesting.
And of course, we talked about the teams that are performing well. For you to perform well, you got to have great kills, and we got to check out the kill leaders for the season to know who do we have to keep our eyes on. It will be coming on the screen for you as soon as possible. We're preparing the list correctly, but we saw a first day dominated by Cias. We saw a second day split between that god, and we had 3-4 guys with more than 10 kills. So the new system with the revival points will change the run for the MVP, right?
Yes, and let's see that right now.
Let's check this out so we can talk about it, because the guys are eager to get some more kills. We see Iago with 19 kills. Okay, Iago, that god, Romeo, Prozinha, and Ando9, all of them had 2 days of play, 12 drops.
Yes, Group A dominating the kill leaders chart. So we are going to have right now groups B and C being able to get up on that chart, and we know that Cias made in the first day only 12 kills, so he's already very close, and if he has 12 kills again, it's going to be very easy for him to get up the chart. Also, Ousado has 11 kills, so we are going to see the players of Group B and C competing also for the MVP.
And we saw some faces that are known over there, but Cias was a newcomer 2 seasons ago. Ousado was a newcomer as well. 2 seasons ago, and we've got some newcomers that are promises in this stage, like Hender from Vasco da Gama, and we have Trap on Cruzeiro that came from Serie B last season and that can make a difference in the number of kills. So we gotta check out our newcomers on the screen for you guys.
Tamo aí, mais uma LB.
Graças a Deus. Tá, meu, a emoção tá batendo forte, a ansiedade também.
Meu sonho sempre foi estar aqui, o sonho meu tá na LBFF e estar aqui hoje é muito gratificante, entende?
A gente tem a meta de ganhar a LB e ir pro Mundial. Creio que é a meta do time inteiro, né?
O objetivo principal do time é performance. A gente quer performar bem aquém do resultado.
É nóis!
E agora é só buscar o título e já era.
O nosso primeiro foco é garantir uma vaga na final.
E, tipo, se passar pra final, o foco mesmo é o Mundial.
Eu acredito que a diferença da B pra A vai ser muito na questão psicológica e mais na questão da calma.
Mas a gente é realizado, né? Conquista, Série A, todo mundo deseja. Foi bom, né? Porque muita gente tava falando de nós, falando coisas que nós não gostávamos, mas ainda calou a boca de muita gente.
A gente está muito confiante, a gente sabe da bala que nosso time tem. Vamos trabalhar ao máximo o nosso psicológico, mas podem esperar o melhor da gente, porque a gente vai dar o nosso melhor para ir em busca do título e também do Mundial.
And it's great to see those guys have an opportunity to be in the elite of Free Fire right now, right?
Yes, I am so eager to see their performance throughout the championship. We have a lot of newcomers, and all of them that have a very extensive history in the competitive scenario. Maybe not in the A series, but they all play for a long time, and we are hoping that they get to adapt to the A series level of gameplay soon. So we will see them competing for the title, competing for the top of the charts, and that's going to be very interesting.
And we were talking about newcomers. We've got to talk about a guy who is not a newcomer, but is having the opportunity this season to be a star where he went and not be behind some other great stars that shared his team in the past seasons. We're talking about Godkill. He left Fluxo and now he is a star player, and we gotta check him out. So stay tuned on Godkill.
Eu acho que essa mudança bem drástica na carreira, eu acho que vai me ajudar bastante. Ano passado eu comecei como iniciante, nunca tinha jogado a LBFF. Hoje eu já tenho a experiência, já joguei 3 LBFF, já joguei um Mundial. Então acho que isso é uma bagagem muito grande que vai agregar bastante para essa LBFF. Minha adaptação com o time tá sendo muito boa. Eles são meus amigos já faz alguns anos já. Então isso tem uma facilidade, isso tá ajudando bastante. Tipo, o convívio é muito bom com os moleques. E os moleques eu não conhecia também, o Bueno e o Guaxa. O convívio também é muito brabo, os moleques jogam muito. E eu acho que o entrosamento tá vindo. A gente tá acertando alguns erros, mas a gente tá se dando muito bem jogando junto. As minhas expectativas é começar a LBFF bem, lá no topo de tabela, fazer uma classificação boa. Tô focado muito em ser campeão, mas quero muito ir pro Mundial também. Acho que a coisa que eu mais quero é isso. As expectativas são ser campeão e ir pro Mundial.
A equipe da Vivo Cage, vivo, de pé, tentando pontuar. Que balão, Godkill!
É nóis, rapaziada. Brigadão aí, geral que tá torcendo. Vou ficando por aqui. Vambora.
And he says he wants to be in the World Series. Godkill is a player that has the quality to take this Magic squad to another level, right?
Yes, Godkill is the most experienced player in the Magic squad, and we also have the Bobs, that is a very good player that was a highlight in the last season, Corinthians team. So I am hoping to see a very good performance from that team that is very strong. Bueno and Guaxa, who are also on the team, were vice runner-ups for the championship in the B series, and they are very experienced players as well. So there's a lot to expect for our Magic squad.
And what we saw from Magic Squad on their first day here was a good performance. They had 50 points.
Yes.
They were going up against teams that are stone pillars of the Serie A. So it's nice to see how eager the newcomers are, but it's also nice to see how eager you guys are. I'm bringing you into the chat. Here we say hello to Izumi Uchiha, Adiel J, FL4 Toxic X here. I'm back. Thank you for being here. Yogzan also here. Lucas FF is here. Kathleen Carolini is here as well. Enon also participating here with us. DP Zin also here with us. And of course, shout outs to Rocky Bai that shouted out us from all the way from India. Thank you for all the love from India, and thank you for all the love all around the world, wherever you are. Stay here with us. We'll bring you another great round of LBFF, and tell us where you're from, right?
Yes, and let's remember that this is the last round of the first week, so the standings today matter more than ever, and we are going to see which teams really did do better and which teams are needing to improve their performance. And I am very anxious to see this match already. It is going to be crazy here today. We have the first confrontation between groups B and C, and there's going to be a lot of new things to observe and to expect.
And of course, 6 maps. We're going for the usual rotation of Purgatory, Kalahari, Bermuda. And I just lost control of my tongue. Purgatory, Kalahari, Bermuda. Not Cebolinha, not Purgatory, Kalahari, Bermuda. Purgatory, Kalahari, Bermuda, Purgatory, Kalahari, Bermuda. All over again. 6 maps. Garunidas that showed up well in Purgatory could be up for a quick booyah in the first map, right?
Right.
So let's check this out because we're ready to take off. So let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, for the flight R1, R3, D1 heading straight to Purgatory. This is your captain, myself, and by my side, my co-pilot, Isa, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Isa!
Welcome all of you guys to Purgatory. We are having the first match of the day, and here we are, Marcelo. Tropa is making their call now in Quarry, Golf Course, and Mount Villa, while we see Corinthians in their standard call of last season Marbleworks, Loud as usual in Crossroads. We see BD Vasco, they are already going for the island of Moat House like they usually did, and they did it all the way through the B series. Apparently we have no confrontations yet. Fluxo going to Central, and Liberty is going to have to swim a little bit.
And probably will not have confrontations in the ski lodge. Metagaming is finally clear to get that spot, and also we saw Corinthians going to Moat House, as you said, so we can expect the usual rotation from Corinthians from Moat House to the edges of the river, where they keep themselves safe on those houses by the river, right?
Yes, and Drizzy is in a very dangerous situation right now. Also Higby.
Rigby taking some shots and just trying to take out the first player from Guadunidas away from the game. Rigby's on the floor. He will probably not be helped by his teammates. We see Miguel getting closer to avoid probably some kind of rush from Los Grandes. He might help Rigby over there, and we will not have the first blood of the day in the house of the first minute of game, Isa.
Yes, and Goose was almost able to guarantee that elimination, but at the last minute we got to see the player being saved, and now we are seeing an unusual match. Los Grandes doing their standard call in Brasilia, and I am hoping to know what are your expectations for this match. If we have no drop call fights, which I'm going to be honest, I was expecting, because we saw in the practices, a little bit of spoiler for you guys at home, in the practices a lot of teams were trying to get calls from other teams that were already in the LBFF, so they were breaking their calls, and right now we see that the map is rather calm, which was not what I expected, but the confrontations are gonna burst at any second.
We see Real and Liberty really close, but today we don't have B4 playing, so Brasilia is more of an open space. Some teams can try to claim that center of the map without, with knowing that B4 is not there, but without knowing who will be there, right?
Yes, And they will have an unexpected run-in with Los Grandes if they go to the region of Brasilia. We see now how that is a team that we have to watch out for today because they need to get a better performance. So let's really be able to observe their gameplay and how that's going to affect them because they need a better performance. And Fluxo, that had a very good day, not a very good, but they had a very good beginning of the day in the first day. And then later, their performance kind of dropped. And now we will see how will they do throughout all of our 6 matches of the day, and if they're going to be able to keep up that performance. Because if they do, oh, they're going to compete for their leadership.
Let's check out if Fluxo has the power to go in. They have the names, they have the star power to go after the leadership. We just gotta see if they will indeed do it, or if they will try new things, try a new rotation, try a new meta game on their gameplay. We gotta check this out, but we gotta check this out how this Vasco da Gama squad that did well on the first day, 51 points in their first day here, how they will give the strength of maybe a Buia or maybe some more good results to the good presentation they had the first day.
Yes, Black Dragons Vasco is one of the teams that is in that intermediary part of our charts. And talking about charts, we have to remind you guys that right now in this season of the LBFF, we had the 13th spot. And the 13th spot is special because whoever gets it doesn't go up to the finals, but doesn't go to the relegation zone, to the access group. So that changes a lot, and it doesn't seem like it changes a lot the game because, well, it's only one spot, but it does change a lot because last season we had players and teams that were in the 8th to the 12th position, and they couldn't risk at all their game because they would risk also their position in the A series. So they would play their safest game possible, and that would alter the entire development of the matches. And now teams that are caught in those positions, they are a little bit more calm because they know that if they eventually fall to the 13th spot, they won't be in risk for their spot in the A series. So it's going to change a lot how the teams that are in intermediary positions of the charts do and act, and that is going to be good to see, right, Marcelo?
Of course it will. I want to see the chaos happening right now. As we saw the 0-0 Nation team positioning inside of the house using Lucky God today on the starting lineup. And we have, of course, 1-9 using the Saitama skin. He needs to use it throughout the whole season. I demand that it becomes a rule on the rule book for LBFF that 1-9 must use the Saitama skin. He is the Brazilian Saitama, the one-punch man of LBFF. And now we have the first confrontation going on. We saw God Unidas trying some shots out because they got the information that Corinthians was trying to cross the bridge, but it seems that they will not harm Corinthians, who will, as we said on the beginning of the map, position themselves by the houses near the river. And we'll hold on. We will use the Hodor strategy, holding the door for the teams that are trying to come to the central zone, right?
Yes, and there's a lot to observe about this time in the match in which we see players fall to their drop calls right at the beginning, and by the time that the match hits 5 minutes, they're practically already positioned and already securing their positioning, aiming for their enemies. So it is so fast that the game happens here in LBFF. We see that these positions are taken very soon, so if any other teams try to get to the place where teams expect the safe zone to close, or they expect that it's going to be a rotation zone, they will inevitably get into a confrontation. So it is interesting to see how fast these teams act and how well they study the rotation time of other teams as well.
And now we see the rotation from out exactly passing through where Corinthians is right now. This strategy might work for this Corinthians squad.
This is going to go bad.
And this might go bad for Loud. We see Kronos trying to take the edge of the river, but Hazur will put him down with a nice shot from the sniper rifle. The ice comes in, the chrono comes in, but Corinthians is also coming in for the fight. We see Zenak leading the rush for this Corinthians squad. Kawan uses the ice, but Vitinci is filled with the grenades. He is a master of the grenades, and now he's trying to come over to the players of Loud, and the first blood is dealt onto Noda. Will use the Max 7 to put Zenak to the floor. Bund will bring it back, and Corinthians have the advantage. Only 2 players, only now 1 player to fight. For Loud, it's Kawan. Vitinci space coming over. The chrono is on. Kawan tries to run. He tries to save himself, but Bund will get the Max 7, and Corinthians with a clean sheet, eliminating the whole squad from Loud. And Los Grandes tried to take advantage and rush to that fight, but 0-0 Nation is the one that is paying the price right now. Los Grandes with the sights on the guys from 0-0 Nation. Fon will put 1-9 to the floor with a nice shot from the FAMAS. One also using the sniper rifle and putting Eric to the floor. Now 1-9 is in a bad position to be helped, and Fon will put Nicholas to the floor. Only Lucky got to try to save 0-0 Nation. What a bad rotation, what a bad movement from 0-0 Nation, opening up for Los Grandes. Now the teams are facing each other, and what a grenade! Gus putting Lucky God with a grenade straight back to the lobby, and we got 2 teams wiped out. Loud and 0-0 Nation go back to the lobby with no points, Isa.
What was that, Marcelo? I think 0-0 Nation probably saw that Los Grandes was taking a lot of fire, was in a confrontation, and they tried to get to advance towards Los Grandes, so they would be able to catch them in a surprise moment, but they weren't able to because Los Grandes was with their guard on, and we saw them have a very good gameplay. They were able to upturn the situation. And of course, we had Juan with his very, very, very hurtful AC-80. So that is a weapon that is very much in the meta game. And let's talk a little bit about how Loud is doing. And they just fell in the 12th position. They are in the 18th position in the charts. So very rough start for Loud. We are hoping to see a better performance around the day because Loud is one of the most traditional teams in the LBFF. They are a very strong team. They've competed the last World Series. So what is up? What is up with Loud?
Shout outs to Colombia. Nice to have our neighbors from South America over here. Felistev is here. We have our brothers from Portugal as well. Besteira tThe is here, saying he's from Portugal. Cross is over here. Senko Echo saying he's from Indonesia. We're all around the world. Zezzy Boot, cheering for Fluxo. Claudinez here. Giovanni Chaves also here. Fabrício Medeiros. Shout outs to everyone all around the world in Brazil and of course all around the world. But now we see the players from God Unidas here trying to gather some information. They control the center of Brasilia, and this could become a really strategical position. But we'll probably have the confrontation between Magic Squad and Vasco, while Bobs tries to flank this Vasco squad. Let's see if he will have the information. We see Italo over there. We see Godkill and Bueno trying to get a good position, and the safe zone will leave them outside. As of right now, campsite will not be inside of the safe zone, and we'll check this out as soon as possible, where this safe zone will close to, Isa.
Yes, and we saw Magic Squad and Black Dragon Vasco just turning up their looks, looking at each other, but Black Dragon Vasco chose to retreat. They chose to keep going with their rotation, and they are probably going to take shelter at this cabin. So let's see how they will do, taking position right in a good spot inside the safe zone. Metagaming probably holds the best position inside the safe zone at this point, and all teams are very focused on the booyah, on the position, because we are seeing no confrontation so far. We have only seen Loud with a very bad rotation mistake. That wasn't to be expected from them.
Let me ask you, this positioning from Real, 2 players on one edge of the river, 2 players on the other edge of the river, this could be good, but this could be a real problem for them to try to play together, right?
I think that Triplo and VM7 are able to give a very good cover for the players that are on the other side, but the situation isn't reversed because Japa and Tatu aren't able to give such a good cover for their partners in the lumber mill side of the island. So if any teams come up from lumber mill, it's going to be a bit rough for Real, but if they don't, that is a strong position because no matter which side of the island the safe zone goes to, the safe zone closest to, they are able to reach it.
They will have a good path opening up with the two players, and now we see the rotation coming from the players that were on the upper margin of the river to the lower one. They are going together by lumber mill, and probably will try to rotate via bridge, Isa, which can be dangerous.
Yes, can also be dangerous, but we are seeing all kinds of crazy rotations like
Like
Gotcha
this
right
one,
now.
like this one, and we have Mike on the floor. Beck gets the shots and put Mike to the floor. Beck, who had a good moment yesterday for this Liberty squad, now trying to rotate and try to get the players from God Unidas, but he saw Marreta rushing inside of the building where he is right now, and he was forced to retreat. Drizzy now trying to use the grenades. Corinthians is also fighting Tropa on the other side of the map. More grenades coming in, no damage dealt to the players of God Unidas. Marreta leading the charge for the God team, the team that got 2 booyahs, the only team with a double booyah for this season. And now we have they positioned inside of the house, but Drizzy now buying some fights with Real, putting down Japa XL, and VM7 is the one in charge of lifting up his friend. Real joining this fight. This can become a triple team fight, and this could be good for God Unidas, who needs some space to rotate to leave that area. Let's see right now how Liberty will fare off against 2 squads that are coming for them. Rigby will put Drizzy to the floor, and Miguel now puts Hype. Liberty is in a predicament, in a tough predicament right now, and they will be back on the lobby. They chose to fight 2 teams at the same time, and they ended up getting only 1 kill and the passage back to the lobby. Now Miguel with the Groza, trying to get some shots out, trying to get some players to the floor. Japa XL puts Marreta back on the lobby with the car. He tries to find some space. Car, a really strong and precise weapon, could be good for him to fight, but Leno will put down a player from Metagaming. It's Pão, and Pão is back on the lobby. Vasco fighting against Metagaming. The safe zone is shrinking, and it will be really small for the end of this game. Let's see how VM7 tries to use those grenades, and if he finds a shot, Rigby goes to the floor, and he will finish off with the explosion of 1 more grenade. He tries 1 more. Miguel is right there, close by Rigby, and he will not find the correct grenade, and he could have put down 2 players. Metagaming will go down, but VM7 is the player who goes down because Godkill is bringing Magic Squad to the fight as well. Fluxo and Tropa also fighting Los Grandes against Vasco. Another fight going on between teams around the map. The rotation is tough for them to go inside of the safe zone. We see Real trying to hold their spot there. It is a good spot indeed. And Bob's now using the mini grenade launcher, trying to get some shots out, trying to get the elimination on Japa XL, who is on the floor. Godkill gets a kill, and Gus with a grenade puts down Vasco all around the map. Real also goes down finally after a long fight by the house with God Unidas, with Magic Squad, with every team that is coming for the same spot on the safe zone. Now it's Corinthians arriving on the spot of the war. Rigby is the last player remaining for God Unidas. He will try to hold on the players from Corinthians. He's got a max 7, and Zenak will put Godkill to the floor. Fak gets the kill on Juan, gets 1 more point for Fluxo. Corinthians using the grenades with Vitin XP. Rigby puts Hazur to the floor, but Bun brings it back, and God Unidas is back to the lobby. Los Grandes follow them with Gus falling for the safe zone. Now we see Godkill trying to hold his spot while Corinthians uses a lot of grenades. The rush comes in, they are inside of the house with Hazur leading the charge. Jumps coming in, the medkit is used, and Hazur will see Bobs and will destroy Bobs, his former teammate. Tropa goes back to the lobby. Fluxo is trying to gather some more kills. Ousado puts Senak to the floor. 1 more former Corinthians player taking down Corinthians players, and Corinthians will go down finally. It's between Magic Squad and Fluxo. 4 versus 3 in favor of Fluxo. Let's see if they will follow the Fluxo. 7 kills onto their hands, but GodQ put CS to the floor, and now they are in a 3v3 situation. They probably can help CS with the usage of ice walls, but GodQ is really close using the sniper rifle to deal quick damage and to allow Bueno and Italo to rotate. 2 players rotating, going after Japa BKR. Got quick kill will go to the floor, and now Fluxo can focus on Italo and Bueno. Ousado will go down. Japa BKR also goes down. There's only Fak to fight. He tries the shots. Italo tries to put him down. Only half life for Fak. He tries to defend himself, but he will not be able to. So it's a booyah, Magic Squad! An impressive 8-team fight in the same house to close out the first map of the day. And the Magic Squad were smart. They used GodQ to one side and counted on Bueno and Italo to finish off the whole Fluxo squad, Isa.
Yes, and what a match by Magic Squad. They were able to reverse the numerical disadvantage that they had with Fluxo. They were able to win the confrontation even though they were numerically bad. So we had Magic Squad doing very well, which they needed to, and we also need to thank Rigby of God Team, because he was able to distract Corinthians just when Corinthians was about to wipe Magic Squad. Magic Squad had 2 players down by Corinthians, and Rigby went and dropped, I think he knocked down Hazuri. So Rigby was a lot of help for Magic Squad, even if he didn't intend to. And we had so many confrontations bursting on the map. We see in the first position we have Magic Squad with 23 points, in the second Fluxo with 17, the third Corinthians with 15. Fourth, Los Grandes, also a good start. Yesterday they didn't start so well, but they ended up doing well in the rest of the day. Fifth place for Tropa with 9 points. 6 for God Unidas, that we were used to only doing big punctuations. And the MVP of our match is Fak.
Fak and Bueno.
Fak and Bueno, yes.
4 kills, and Magic Squad got to thank Rigby and Corinthians. We saw Hazur going over. He took Bobs out, but look at what he did to Corinthians. Look at what Ousado did to Corinthians and what Hazur did to save the Magic Squad that came back and took them out. Fluxo with a nice match holding on to the second place, and then we see Real, Vasco, Metagaming, Liberty, 00 Nation, and Loud. No points for 00 Nation and Loud. Gus also 4 kills for him, also the MVP of the match. But Isa, what a hot match to start the day.
Yes, we have 2 teams that weren't doing so well in the match, now with not also good punctuation. 0 points for Loudi and 00 Nation, and we are going to have to see an improvement from those teams. Also, Real did only 6 points in this match, and we saw this match dominated by Fluxo, that was already in the top part of our standings, and Magic Squad that was kind of in the middle, but now they are sure going to go up in the standings, which we'll check soon.
And since we're talking about standings, let's check out how the standings fare off right now after the first map of the day, first map of round 3, with God Unidas and Corinthians climbing up to the 5th and the 6th position, with Magic Squad coming to the 8th position and surpassing Fluxo with this nice result on the first map of the day.
Yes, Magic Squad and Fluxo on a very direct fight for the top of the charts. God Unidas and Corinthians also very close in punctuation. We have Los Grandes going up, they're doing better right now, and Black Dragons, Vasco, and 00 Nation also with very close punctuations. And the bottom of the charts stay the same: Tropa, Real, Metagaming, and Loud.
Tropa even got a little climb on those rankings, taking the spot from Real and Metagaming, but Loud remains with only 24 points. But we talked about MVPs and 3 players getting the MVPs. Imagine who cast those 3 players on their FF squad, Isa.
Oh my god. I would be happy if I did, but I'm not going to reveal my FF squad anymore because...
You should.
No, I only.
It's a rule right now. From next season on, next week on, we will reveal our teams every day on the stream.
On the first day, I revealed my team, and they didn't do so well. But in the second day, they happened to. So
if you're the Jinx, it's your problem. But you guys can set your FF squads on ffsquad.com.br. Come and play with us the fantasy game for Free Fire. And of course, Isa, we're heading to the second map. We're heading to Kalahari, and we know that Kalahari is a hot spot. So we gotta apply some sunscreen. We gotta hydrate. We gotta get some water because the day started in a heat. And of course, we're going to the second map, and we need to get hydrated for us not to get a sunburn.
yes.
So let's get to a quick break. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Okay.
I was gonna
so-
say maybe you guys at home can also do sunscreen, and now I interrupted you because that's how life works.
Yeah, we interrupt each other all the time, but we will not interrupt your hydration. We'll be back after a quick break. We're waiting for the break to come in. Is it break? Are we not
I'm
going
gonna
to
do
the
a
break?
popcorn. We're doing a popcorn right now. So now this is me and Marcel's podcast.
Now I am all protected against the sun, all hydrated, and I welcome you all back to the broadcast of LBFF Season 7. We're heading to the second map of round 3, and Isa Kalahari is a different map.
Yes, and this break didn't even give me the time to make my popcorn, but we are going straight to Kalahari.
I just heard the microwave beeping. Maybe your popcorn is ready and it's gonna burn.
Oh, that's too bad. And it's gonna burn like Kalahari is going to burn because we are going to see a very new map, especially for this confrontation. So maybe we'll see teams engaging in drop call fights, maybe we won't. But right now, all we know is that this is the first time groups B and C confront each other in Kalahari. So let's see how does this match goes.
Let's check out how this match will go, and we will have the map scheme coming on the screen for you guys to check out. We had the Booyah from Magic Squad on their first map of the day in Purgatory, and Kalahari is a map that changes the metagame a bit. We've been talking about the snipers being nerfed, the Barret and the AWM being nerfed, people using the support role in a different way as we had on the past seasons. But in Kalahari, it's opened up some space for the supports to work as they used to work, right?
Yes, and we have some very strong support players playing today. So maybe we're going to see support players in the list for the MVP. It's going to be a very disputed MVP. We saw some players doing very well in the first match, but right now it is still 5 matches for us to go for the rest of this day. So it's going to change a lot. If your team didn't do so well, keep up because maybe they will do better. And now we have so many matches still.
You know what else we have?
What?
A close clearance for us to take off. Our airplane is getting the last oil, but we're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R3D2 heading straight to Kalahari. This is your captain, Marcelo Fiorentini, and by my side, my co-pilot Isa invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Isa!
It is time to drop, and we are in the first match of Kalahari of this confrontation. Let's see what this match holds for us. We have Meta Gaming going to the Maze area, 00 Nation going to the Mammoth, Corinthians in their standard call command post, Tropa in the Submarine, Goji as always in Refinery, Loudi in the Sanctuary, Liberty in the Old Hampton, Fluxo and Vasco da Gaming, da Gama.
I
Sorry.
love Vasco do
da
Game.
Gaming.
Vasco do Game.
And Vasco da Gama in their standard call of Capitol Hill.
Shout outs to Otávio Neto and Casimiro. Vasco da Gama. Over
Vasco
here,
da Gaming.
Vasco do Game here on LBFF. And we see Magic Squad with a really spread drop call. We see Italo all by himself trying to gather some loot. They might know that they are in a clear position, right? They might know that they are free to be spread.
This is a very strategic kind of positioning, especially for the loot portion of the match, because these teams know when they are to expect any kind of confrontations. But look at that, Eric getting out of the squad of 00 Nation to clear up some space for Dudu. And Dudu is right now playing in the 00 Nation squad. Maybe we'll see him doing the use of the snipers. Maybe he's a good support, and we will see why they decided to bring him in this Kalahari. But as I was talking about, in the time of the loot of the teams that aren't expecting any kind of confrontations always use... Ew, look at that.
We got confrontations indeed. Ousado putting the first player from Metagaming to the floor, and Eric will help Kawe and bring him back. It just took him 15 seconds.
Yes, definitely. I don't think it was Eric that died, right?
It was Kawe that died.
Kawe that died, and so Kawe died, and in less than 5 seconds he was already back in the game, and that is LBFF now with the brand new resource of the revival. Ousado getting 1 kill for Fluxo, which will start their match with a little bit more confidence. They already have 1 point, even though we are so early on the match. And as I was saying, in drop calls, it's always interesting to make your loot as wide and as good as possible, because that is the point of the beginning of the match, and most teams do that here in the A series.
Fluxo dropping in the ruins over there, gathering their loots, and we know that Corinthians usually go to control post, but Metagaming, who was challenging Fluxo by the ruins, is a team that historically, during the past 2 seasons, went to the control post and fought Corinthians a lot of times.
Yes, Corinthians is getting a lot of practice in their drop call, that is command post. It is a very central and a very good drop call, so it is expected that sometimes some teams will like to engage in fights. Right at this point, we haven't seen anyone contesting Corinthians so directly, but maybe we will see that more in the as much as we get close to the finals. So now Real in our screen. Real, that is a team that we need to see a better performance, and Loudi as well.
Real, a team that last season tried to dispute the Kalahari Refinery against before, and this season it seems that they really gave up on that spot, even when before is not on the play. But now we have some confrontations going on. Liberty, who fell poorly on the last map, trying to defend against the whole crew around the map, the same position, and they were the first ones to fall on that amazing war we had to finish off the map in Purgatories.
Yes, Liberty, that is a team that wasn't used to this drop call in the B series where they played last season. They usually fell in the Sanctuary area where Loudi is now. So we see a little bit of tension between those teams because their drop calls are so close, and maybe we will see alongside the championship some kind of rotation fights in which Loudi and Liberty try to kill at least one player caught off guard, and maybe we'll see that.
And now we see this Loud squad since the first day, the end of the first day, bringing Noda to the lineup, bringing Noda back to the lineup with Kawan, Kronos, and Will, their usual lineup since season, I don't know, 5 or 4. Their usual lineup with Kawan, Noda, Kronos, and Will. And this kind of goes against what we've seen them talk and they say during the off season. Can this be the showing that something was not right with their strategy to start the season?
Well, I mean, I'm sure it does say a lot about it. And right now we are seeing Real and Vasco da Gama in a confrontation.
Trying to hold on their spot. Real is now shooting against Vasco, who was rotating. Hender being the target of Japa XL, but no shots were fired from... No shots hit from the FAMAS of Japa XL. tThe is in a good position to try to fight. Triple X also trying to get to the top of the tower, but he will fall into the hands of Leno. He just fell in front of Leno, and now Easy comes over to try to take him down as well. We see Easy rotating, and he will get Triple X to the floor with the UMP. Not the first blood, the second blood, because Ousado had a 15-second kill onto the player of Metagaming, but the first player to be outside, indeed, of the game is from Real Esports, and now VM7 will try to hold on, but Hender, he is hot. He is a great player, and he will put the first player down. Another player down from this Real squad, and we see also Loud now engaging against the Liberty squad. We expected that to happen, and Hender will finish off VM7. He tries to rotate, and Easy will put tThe to the floor. There's only one player to fight for Real, and he just took off while Vasco tries to go after him and maybe get the squad wipe on Real. Real needed to play better today, and they started off better than we expected, but now they are in a bad predicament trying to deal with this rush from Vasco, as well as the squad from Liberty, who is being harmed by Loud. Only 2 players remaining, and they will try to run. Paxin and Hype are the ones trying to run, but Will and Noda have their sights onto them, but it seems that Loud will not try to give chase to them, Isa.
Yes, and Loud now has a better start of a match. At this point in the last match, they were already dead, so I'm thinking that this is good. They already got some eliminations, and we know for some teams it only takes one elimination or one squad wipe for the team to really heat up and get that feeling like we are here and we are going to do better today. And maybe, hopefully, we will see that. But I would just like to point out that Black Dragons Vasco is a team that, even though they came from the B series, they seem to not be afraid at all to engage in confrontations. Their performance wasn't the best, but it was good, and they aren't afraid of getting into fights. So that is a very strong suit for a team that is relatively new, and it is going to take him very far if they are able to really advance in the safe zone.
Let's see if Real and Liberty, the 2 teams that were harmed on the fights against Loud and Vasco, will face each other. Paxin tries to find Japa. Japa uses the ice to rotate to deal some damage with the safe zone onto Paxin, but he is in a disadvantage with life. He has no health, and he will try to get Paxin, and Real will be sent back to the lobby in the 12th position. The first team wiped out in this Kalahari map, the first of the day, is it?
Rough for Real that only had 6 points in the last match, and now they have 0, so 6 points in 2 matches is a very bad punctuation. Hopefully we will see them do better next matches, but right now Liberty seems to be saving the rest of their squad, and this is going to be very good for them. Even though they are inside of the gas zone, if they are able to save the rest of their teammates, maybe Liberty will have a future, but look at that.
Let's see if Hype will have a future, because Los Grandes is coming over. Some shots were dealt to him. We see Juan running over. He has the Baobao, he has the car, and he will try to trample Hype. He didn't trample him, but he will get the shots out, and Fawn will steal the takedown from Juan. He will get the kill. He wants to be on the run of MVP. Juan was already one MVP, so it's time for Fawn to get it. Let's shout out the guys on the chat. Zach Lohan is over here. Felicitad, Jennifer saying beautiful and bilingual Isa. JPzinho here saying Corinthians, Gabriel Paes saying Hades and Camilota are different. No, we're not different, we're just other people. We see Diogo Henrique over here saying good night. Isa and Marcelo, good night, Diogo Henrique. And warm hugs to Mr. José Augusto watching here us on the chat. Canal Jogos de Futebol cheering for Corinthians, and Gomes FF saying good night for you, good evening for you guys that are coming here for the broadcast. Enjoy your stay. Let's build a great international community for the Brazilian Free Fire League, Isa.
And look who's back in the Tropa squad. Mandela is back. He is the newest player.
É o Mandela.
He is the newest player, El Mandela, in the Tropa squad, and hopefully he will be able to bring a better performance for that team. And let's see how he will add up to this lineup, since it is so important.
And he is a skilled player. No one with only 16 years old will be on the starting lineup for a Serie A team if he wasn't good enough for that. So let's check out how Mandela will fare off. He played only 2 maps on the first day when he came in to play for Tropa. And Cooking is the only coach that's ever been a champion as player. He was part of the lineup from Team Liquid on LBFF Season 1. And now he's a coach right now.
And he is the coach of Magic Squad, who
Indeed.
we are seeing right now. The Magic Squad that was able to eliminate Easy. Godkill was able to eliminate Easy, and it is a support versus support fight, and Godkill was able to win it. So
And
let's see if they go for the rest of the Black Dragons Vasco squad.
And that was easy.
I thought if I interrupted you, you would stop.
I will always go for this reference.
Oh my god.
This is an amazing song. And now we have Loud trying to rotate, go against the safe zone. They eliminated one more player from Liberty. And now BD Vasco trying to confront the Magic Squad. But it seems the Magic Squad will retreat, will try to play the safe game after they got a kill on Too Easy, right?
Yes, and Black Dragons Vasco is quickly getting out of that situation. They are quickly making their rotation, and Magic Squad is taking hits from Chucky on the other side of this region.
You see this Magic Squad rotating. Easy was brought back to the game. It was easy for Vasco to bring him back.
And look at them over there. They are the kill leaders.
Yeah, they are the kill leaders. They are on the outdoor. And now we see Corinthians trying to go after the players from Vasco. They have the disadvantage in weaponry because Easy could not properly loot and get equipment to fight. Let's see if Hender will hold those Corinthians players, but they have the information of the positioning of Hender. He uses the ice walls to hold himself. He uses grenades, but Vitinho also using the grenades. It's a battle between two great grenadiers right now. The grenades comes in and the chrono is used, but Vitinho wins the battle. He puts Hender to the floor and he will eliminate Hender with one more grenade. We see Chucky going over there trying to help his teammate while Godonidas fight against Los Grandes on the other side of the map, and Los Grandes was destroyed by Wrigley. 3 kills on the hands of Wrigley with the Bao. Metagaming also fighting against Loud. Let's see if Rafa X leads the charge against the players from Loud. Fluxo is also close, and they might engage into this fight as well. The players are gathering by the Elephant Graveyard while Nada rotates, and he might be surprised by the players of Fluxo if he goes too far. If he overextends his walk, he might fight the players of Fluxo. We see now the grenades coming in. Ousado and CS trying to hit the players from Metagaming, and they use the ice to protect themselves. The shots coming from behind, and they might now know that Loud is also coming for this fight. We see CS over there with a nice smile on his picture, and Ousado will finish off Eric with a nice headshot. CS trying to find a better positioning for the grenades. He cooked the grenade too soon and could not hit the player that was on his aim.
Look at how crowded the area of Submarine is right now. And we are seeing so many confrontations because so many teams are in the same position. And look at Moreira's position.
He might be in the better positioning, and he has the loot box to help himself protect on the top of that crane. Let's see how Kiledi will work for this Tropa squad, and look at Hender. Go B onto Spill. A nice grenade putting down the player from Tropa. But Moreira and and tThe are making it rain. They took Hender off. There's only one player to fight for Vasco. It's Leno. He tries to run. He uses the chrono, but Mandela is above him, and he doesn't know that Mandela is there. He uses the ice to protect himself a bit, and Vasco will go down. Spill comes for the kill with the Babao and sends Vasco once again back to the lobby. Let's see how Fluxo will fight against God Unidas. We saw Marreta over there trying to rotate, and he will not be able to. Lucky God will get the kill. Grenades coming in for this metagaming squad from Fluxo. Still that fight happening, and metagaming seems to be taking off. We see only Kawe and Rafa X over there, and they will take off. They will not fight against this fully squatted Fluxo team. Bak trying to get his aim, trying to use it to see if there are players rotating. Grenades coming in from 0-0 Nation. The fight going on between them and Corinthians. 16 minutes into the play, and we still got 7 teams up. Nicolas finds the grenades on to Zenak. Lucky God puts one more player down, but Chapa BKR steals a kill on Zenak, and Tropa now comes into the fight as well. Now it's a 4-team fight happening between 0-0 Nation, Tropa, Corinthians, and Fluxo. Nicolas goes to the floor. Tropa tries to trample the players from 0-0 Nation, and they will be sent back to the lobby. Corinthians is still trying to defend their spot. Lots and lots of grenades, a rain of grenades, a parade of grenades coming in from the players of
15
Tropa.
grenades.
15 grenades going on, and Corinthians will be sent out. They could not hold onto a rain of grenades. More grenades coming in now from CS, trying to take the players from Tropa. Mandela does a great job and puts Fak to the floor. Ousado is also down. tThe is there trying to revive himself, but CS using the Max 7 going after the players from Tropa to try to save Fluxo. Nice job by CS holding on 2 players, and Japa BKR puts tThe to the floor. Nice job by Japa BKR getting the squad wipe. 10 kills onto the hands of Fluxo, but only 2 players remaining. Magic squad still on the standard of the safe zone with 4 players. Metagaming have 2. We have 4 squads with 12 players. Loud is fully armed, and they have their first squad. Finally, Loud getting to the end of the game. Let's see how they will use the advantage in numbers. Lots of shots coming in against the players of Metagaming. They use the safe zone to rotate safely. Nada will put 1 player to the floor, and Metagaming goes down. CS gets 2 eliminations. CS and Japa BKR, they both put 2 players down, but 1 from Magic Squad and 1 from Loud. CS goes down, and he gets the confirmation because of the safe zone. Still, Japa BKR on the fight for Fluxo. Let's see how Magic Squad will fare off. Nice shot by Italo, taking damage from Japa BKR, forcing him outside of the ice, but he's still up. Kawan is also up with Will. 2 players from Loud, 2 players from Magic Squad. It's a 2-on-2 fight. Japa BKR went to the floor, and there's 1 player down from Magic Squad. There's only Italo to fight. He'll use the ice to protect the most of it while he can, and he will not be able to last longer. So finally, it's a booyah! Loud! Playing the safe game, working as a team, reviving the teammates, and finally, the runner-ups for the last World Series get their first booyah here. Finally.
Finally is really the word. Now we have Loud bettering their performance, which is so good for their enormous fandom. So we are going to see Loud maybe now waking up. It was like I said, they got the first kill, they hit it up, and they were able to guarantee the booyah, but also not to be the second place. But Fluxo was also very good in this match. They were able to get a lot of kills, and that is going to matter in our punctuation of the match. And also Magic Squad once again in the final of the end game of the match, doing also a good punctuation. We will see that punctuation is exactly right now. In a couple of seconds you'll see it on the screen, and we are having teams doing better like Tropa as well. And let's see what goes on in the standings right up.
If I'm not mistaken, Flux went for 20 points, 12 kills, and 8 for the 3rd position. But as you said, Magic Squad once again reaching the end game, reaching the 2nd position. But we saw a different Loud right now. We saw a Loud that engaged into fights they could win. They got 20 points, and Fluxo also getting 20 points. They engaged into fights they could win against Liberty, and in the end game, we saw Fluxo really eager on the kills, fighting metagame for a long time, and then reaching the end game. And Tropa playing a takeaway game, getting one kill, leaving, getting another kill, leaving. Kalahari allows that differences in strategies, right?
Yes, and it is very different to see how the teams are performing today in this confrontation. God Unidas isn't so far able to guarantee the great punctuation that they did in the first day. But we saw, on the other hand, Tropa in their best map, that is Kalahari, and the Fluxo players are really destroying in the MVP, and we are going to see how they do in the standings because they already have 2 great matches and we have 4 more. Let's remember that in their first day playing, Fluxo also went very well in the first matches and then their performance dropped. If that doesn't happen, they will compete for the leadership, like I said before. But let's see, 7th place for 00 Nation, 8th for Corinthians, 9th for Black Dragons Vasco, 10th for Los Grandes, having a bad day today, Liberty and Real also in a really bad day today.
Let's see how this Loud will change our standings. They had 24 points and now they got 20 points. They almost did the same number of points that they had in 7 drops in only 1. And we got to check out the standings for us to know how this messy Kalahari map changed our standings, because Loud is now not the last team on the standings anymore. They are in the 16th position. And look at God Unidas reaching the 4th position. Fluxo going for the 5th position. Corinthians in the 6th. And Magic Squad still climbing in the 8th position. Los Grandes 11th. BD Vasco in the 12th position. Tropa, 00 Nation, Liberty, Loud, Metagaming, and Real Isa. We're getting a really balanced standing table right now.
Yes, making the bottom of the chart, we have Liberty, Loud, Metagaming, and how Tropa was able to get out of this bad place in the standings, and God Unidas, Fluxo, Corinthians, and now Magic Squad, who is doing an upturn for the best in their performance, competing for the top of the standings.
They will be indeed competing for the top of the standings. They will still have 4 more maps to come, and it's really doable for God Unidas to get 47 points and reach Vivocate. It's doable for Fluxo to get 49 points and reach Vivocate. They did 20 in just this map. It's really approachable for those 4 teams, let's say God Unidas, Fluxo, Corinthians, and Magic Squad, to fight for the top of the standings.
Yes, let's see if Vivocate is going to lose their leadership, which I'm sure they would love to go to sleep in their leadership, but maybe we won't have that.
I want to ask you, you want good news? You like good news?
I do.
We're not going for breaks. You're going straight to the drop number 3, and we get the maps here on the screen for you guys to see. We are ready. We are heading to Bermuda today, and this 3rd map of the day will be insane. We had 2 amazing confrontations right now in Purgatory and Kalahari, and probably Bermuda will be as hot as we've had the first 2 maps here.
Yes, and let's remember that these 3 maps that come first in the day set the tone for the rest, for the second half of the rotation of maps. We are going to see the first match of Bermuda in this confrontation, and that maybe will result in different confrontations, different drop call fights, different rotation fights, and that's all a lot to observe in this match right now, and we are going to see how the teams do, how this specific confrontation does in the map of Bermuda.
And we had God Unidas on the first day getting the booyah on the first map of Bermuda. So a team that performed really well on the first day, all top 5 finishes, 2 booyahs. Today they went kind of well in those 2 first maps. Can they come back in the 3rd one?
Of course they can. God Unidas coming very strongly to this season, and it is always great to see their performance. It was amazing what they did in that first Purgatory match. I was really admired that they were able to reverse the situation, because I remember they were in Fire Brigade, and they were in the bottom of Fire Brigade with only 3 players in the team that was with 4, and they were still able to guarantee the confrontation. So God Unidas a very strong lineup. Let's check out their performance for this Bermuda.
We need to check out, and we also need to check out the performances for those 4 teams that we told the guys that can run for the top of the standings. Corinthians, Fluxo, God Unidas, and Magic Squad. Nice start by Magic Squad here today. A Booyah and a 2nd place. They are showing that the guys that they brought in, Italo, Bobs, GodQ, they are making it count. We've seen great kills from GodQ over here with the sniper rifle.
Yes, Magic Squad, a very strong lineup. Bob is great with his grenades. He's a good captain, as we are seeing. And Godkill is the star of this team right now.
But we're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Are we going? The plane, the fuel is okay? Yes, it is! Ladies and gentlemen, for flight R3D3 heading straight to Bermuda. This is your captain, Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot, Isa, invites you to loosen your seatbelt, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Isa!
It's time to drop, and let's see these drop calls. Los Grandes going straight to Observatory. Laude, as usual, in Graveyard. Black Dragons Vasco going towards Shipyard. We see Fluxo in their standard call of peak. Magic Squad taking over Bimazaki in this confrontation. They didn't do that in the first day they played, so let's keep an eye. Tropa going towards Factory, Factory, Pushnoki, and Mars Electric. And we see Meta in the blue zone of Angar, and surprisingly, no one in Clock Tower.
No one in Clock Tower. A usual drop call, a strong drop call, and no one went straight to the Clock Tower. Might have a rotation that reaches Clock Tower, but no one going straight to that spot. And we see Random Village with 0-0 Nation that has once again the change with Eric coming in for Nicholas. Probably a change, a role change of players for the Kalahari map, using Nicholas, who is more of a support than Eric, right?
Yes, and let's see if that substitution makes something for them. And we were wrong. There is a drop call fight going on the map right now, and it's Real against Liberty, 2 teams that are on the bottom of the classification charts. So we must see if they are going to be able to really turn the situation around, or at least one of them, because the other is going back to the lobby.
Let's see if they will fight off against each other. It might be a direct confrontation that the teams can choose to go for, to try and go and put their opponents in a bad situation on the rankings. We see Japa XL going for the coast of Cape Town. He will try to rotate and maybe flank those players from Liberty, but Liberty is aware of the positioning, and they've opened up a player also by the coast, and it seems that Japa doesn't know of it.
Yes, but if he chooses to make that advance over the beach, tThe is waiting very cleverly and very much in a way that he will take Japa by surprise. So let's see. Tatu also in the 2nd floor of the house. We have Real very separated, curiously separated, but they are in a strong position for this drop call fight. And let's see if one of the teams will choose to make an advance, to make an aggressive move towards the other, because if they don't, this is going to last.
And now we have this wait for the possible fight to happen, and the team that seems most aware is now Liberty. They've countered the possible flanking from Real.
Oh my god, look at that.
They've got the information, and Pexin goes for the grenade. He forces VM7 to rotate, to not come in, and he forced the player with the Mag 7 to avoid going in, but it seems that Real will try to trample with all the players inside of the house. Pexin will have to hold on. He leaves the house, and VM7 with the grenade. Drizzy! A double takedown with the grenade! Pexing will put that to the floor. There is only Japa XL to fight, and tThe is taking the shots. He dealt a lot of damage, and Japa XL will have to fight. Liberty was well aware, and the trap worked. Now it seems that Real will not be able to hold on. They are back on the lobby. Nice job, nice play by Liberty, showing awareness of the map and of the conditions of the fight, Isa.
Yes, Liberty establishing their dominance over Cape Town, and they send Real once again back to the lobby with only 6 points for the whole day, so very difficult. But look at who's approaching. Corinthians knew about this fight, Marcelo.
Corinthians knew about the fight, but it seems that Corinthians don't know once again of the rotation from tThe. They are flanking. He's flanking Corinthians once again, and Vitinho is looking for some information. He didn't see Pexin on the house ahead of him, and he will try to rotate. Hype is now on the floor trying to get to Zenak and Hazur. He takes a lot of damage and uses the ice wall and the wall to protect himself. Lots of shots coming in. Ice walls to avoid the rotation from Corinthians. Shots from up from tThe. Meanwhile, we have Vasco also going after the players from Guarunidas. Bunge will put Hype to the floor and will get the first kill onto this fight inside of Cape Town. Now Vitinho XP rotating. Corinthians leaves ahead on this fight. Greasy tries to rotate, and Zenaki was the one trying to get some shots. Pekizin now comes and revives Hype over there to get to the equal number of players into this fight. It's a 4-on-4 fight between Corinthians and Liberty. We see Vitinho XP trying to gather some information for this squad, and Bunge now blowing up some landmines over there as Hype comes out on the parachute, and this is dangerous because he can be hit on the air, Isa.
Yes, he can. But look at that. On the other side of the map, Fluxo and Magic Squad, two teams that are on the very top of the charts.
But this fight goes on, and it seems the Magic Squad will expel Fluxo from the spot. No, CS gets 3 players down. There's only Italo to fight. What a play by CS. It might get the quadra kill. The shots come in, and Magic Squad gets destroyed by CS. Now Tropa comes over. Fluxo is still fighting. Ousado using his weapon, trying to hold on to the position in the peak. Now the medkits are being used. Fluxo having to deal with 2 straight fights, and Tropa entering a fight where they can win. Nice choice of fight by Tropa, but it seems that they will not pressure Fluxo over there. It seems that Tropa is retreating and leaving only Spill to get the information onto the movements of the players from Fluxo. But nice job by CS. 2 kills for him, 2 for Ousado against this advance from the players of Magic Squad, Isa.
What is that, Tropa? They went for Fluxo. Fluxo was still a little bit halved in life, and they just retreated when they saw that the confrontation was over, that the fight was over. The choice of Tropa was to go back to that house in the south side of Peak and maintain their possession, while Fluxo has already 4 eliminations in the match and was able to eliminate one of the top teams, making their way into an even more dominant leadership.
Let's see. Now the red zone blowing some missiles onto Peak, while we see Fluxo patiently waiting for their next confrontation. We see Tropa taking the house by the edge of Peak, not taking the top spot onto that region because they chose not to fight a fight that they could have won.
Yes, definitely. And we also saw Corinthians guaranteeing a couple of kills on top of the Liberty squad. This is the kind of movement in the game that we know is the result of study and really that smartness with a little bit of I can't say this in English, but with a little bit of malicia. They are going, yes, they did go for Liberty because probably they anticipated that Liberty would fight against Real in the city of Cape Town. But right now, Loudi again with their car rotations. Let's see if Corinthians will destroy one of those cars and live Loud out in the open.
Once again, because that's what happened. On the first map,
I think Loudi is really daring Corinthians to destroy this car, because right now I had a booyah and I am ready for another. So Loudi in a confident position right now. Let's see if again they are able to guarantee a booyah, but remembering that they are with their most classic lineup, Losti, that is their newest player, isn't playing for this day, and he was also not playing for the last couple of matches in the first day that Loud played. So we will see if Losti really needs a little bit more of preparation from the head coach to really be able to improve the squad.
Let's see if he brings another weapon for this Loud squad, a strong squad, runner-up in the World Series, in the last World Series, this exact lineup. And now we see Mike over there crawling like the verses from Linkin Park would say. And now we have Tropa holding on to their spot by the edge of peak. We also see Vasco on the top of the peak, Fluxo that held well their position by the top of the peak as well. Position, we see Loud trying to climb that hill, and they will have to deal with Tropa if they actually go for this rotation, is it?
Yes, we are approaching 10 minutes of game. We have 10 teams alive, 40 players alive, and we are seeing that most lineups, most squads have chosen to secure their positioning and really wait for the safe zone to tell them what to do. And this safe zone that will be shrinking in the next 50 seconds, it is closing towards the area of
I thought
Piki.
you were going to say 50 Cent. The rapper.
I doubt that you can sing a song of his. I doubt it.
I can never rap. I can never rap.
Well, now I'm only gonna get 50 Cent references because then you won't be able to fulfill them.
I can make jokes with 50 Cent.
Okay. Maybe not.
I can.
Maybe not.
I can.
But maybe not.
I can.
And Los Grandes in that position that is typical of Vivo Cage. Vivo Cage that is not playing today but is the current leader of our standings. And Los Grandes in their so classic position of this kind of negative between Piki and Poshinoki. It's a very strong position because you can literally aim at any side that you might get rushed on, and it is an awesome advantage for whoever is taking onto it.
And now we see some preparations there from FAC. They need to be ready to defend that spot, because if the safe zone closes indeed to the peak, they will have to be already prepared for all harm that is coming against them. And FAC seems to be ready. 5 med kits over there for him. He will be the one holding on, and it seems that Tropa will make the first move. We see the safe zone now shrinking, Corinthians rotating, Corinthians going for the movement. And those towers are related to the game Assassin's Creed. On the first games of the franchise, we can find them if you've played Assassin's Creed. That's a great reference right now, Isa.
Yes, I didn't get it, but I like these towers already because they are such a strong position in the game, and they really came to make Bermuda a little bit more interesting and a little less classical.
They had functions of recognizing, clearing the map, and unlocking missions and objectives in the games of Assassin's Creed. I've played Assassin's Creed a lot. It's an amazing franchise of single-player games. There are 5 towers between Hangar, Random Village, Cape Town, Kodatua, and Poshinoki, Sentosa, and Shipyard and Riverside. So 5 great watchtowers for the people to gather some information on the map, right, Isa?
Yes, and we saw this position being used before. Right now, it isn't being used because the safe zone isn't close towards it. But I'm betting that every single time that the safe zone goes towards that side of peak that catches that watchtower, it is going to be very much strong.
And now a direct confrontation between Vasco and Corinthians. Grenades coming in, Hender trying to get some shots out. Hazur was the one to show up and try to get some shots, but Miguel for God Unidas, bringing the God Unidas squad for this fight as well. Easy is on the floor, and he will need some help from Leno. Ice walls being used to protect this Vasco squad. Chuck is inside of the house, and he's been trampled by Bund. He puts some damage onto Bund, but was not able to finish him off. Now the shots come in, and Bund will put Chucky to the floor. Not after Chucky take. And now a grenade for him, they're putting Ben to the floor. Vitinho XP gets Leno. It's a 2-on-2 fight. Another shot from Easy, putting Vitinho XP to the floor. Only one player to fight for Corinthians. But Gadonidas is now fighting 0-0 Nation. Both of the teams trying to stay on the game, and Gadonidas will go down. What a good play by 0-0 Nation, taking down the God Unidas squad that was coming for the fight against Vasco and Corinthians. But now look at Fluxo. They left their house and they entered the fight where 0-0 Nation was not prepared. They were trying to use the med kits to heal, and they were not fully prepared for this fight. Now Fluxo already getting 2 kills, 2 players down for the 0-0 Nation squad, and see us with the grenade. Now puts 1-9 to the floor. Now he finishes off 1-9 and gets the triple kill. 7 kills onto the hand of Fluxo. Nice job once again getting points onto eliminations. Japa BKR will get to do FFX. There is only one player to fight for 0-0 Nation, and it's Lucky God. He's trying to rotate, he's trying to run. Vasco is still on the fight and on the edges of that same house, and Baxing will get the kill. Let's see which team will get away from that fight. Ousado puts Hender to the floor and finishes him off with the Max 7. Quadra kill for Ousado. CS got 3. Japa BKR also with 2 kills. Now Fluxo has 4 kills for Ousado, 3 for CS and 2 for Japa BKR actually. Now the grenades coming in against Liberty. Fluxo daring and going for the fight. Hype goes to the floor with a nice Max 7 shot by Ousado. Grenades from CS put Will Drizzy to the floor. Now CS gets Pexing, and there's only one player to fight for Liberty. Nice job, nice trampling job by Fluxo. They get the squad wipe on Liberty. 7 teams still remaining, and Fluxo already got 13 kills. Japa BKR is on the floor. He needs some healing. He needs some help from his teammates. We see a killing spree from Ousado. 6 kills onto his hands, 5 onto CS. My God, this duo is my God, those 2 guys. Now we see Kiled leading the charge with Mandela from the Tropa squad, trying to climb the hills and trying to avoid Fluxo. Nice flashbang to blind the players from Fluxo, and CS takes a lot of damage. Kiled tries to hold the door. Ousado and Fak rushing to the other side. CS will use some grenades to try to open up some space. He forces Tropa to retreat. Kiled will use the house to protect himself, but Moreira gets fucked to the floor. Nice start of fight from this Tropa squad. They try to get the players from Fluxo. Ousado is using the tree to position himself, but Easy will get the kill against Ousado. Now we see Moreira trying to get the points onto the kill of Fak. There's only one player to fight for Fluxo. It's CS. The former MVP tries to save his spot and tries to enter the safe zone, waiting for some teams to go out and for him to get some points for Fluxo. And now he gets points onto the kill of Kiledi. 6 kills for CS. Amazing job. Corinthians will go down because Easy found Zenak hiding. And now Los Grandes is trying to go over the players from Itagami. Goes with a grenade. Takes a double kill. And CS gets his kill as well. 2 more kills for CS all by himself. He gets Mandela. Can he eliminate the whole Tropa squad? He gets the kill on Mandela. And he almost eliminates. But Moreira gets the scythe and kills him. And gets the players back to the game. Now Loud is having to deal with Gus, who is doing an amazing job. He's already got 4 kills, 2 with the grenades and 2 with some shots. Phone is on the floor. Kronos, one of the best supports in the league, tries to keep Loud alive, but Tropa will go down once again. Easy gathering some kills for Vasco. BD Vasco in a great position to fight from the top down. We see Los Grandes, we see Loud, and we see Vasco. Vasco with only 1 player remaining on this fight. Los Grandes have 4 and Loud has only 1. Easy is trying to hide himself with the usage of the safe zone. Meanwhile, Los Grandes and Loud still fighting. Let's see what will go on. Loud once again with a great game, holding on to the top 3, but Kronos will go to the floor. MVR gets the kill, gets the takedown. The players from Loud now find Easy and get Vasco to the 3rd position. Great job by Easy, holding Vasco to the top 3 as well. Now 2 players from Loud, Kawan and Oda, dealing with the 4 players from Los Grandes. Grenades coming in. MVR is the one grenading for the Los Grandes squad. We see Juan fighting Kawan. He uses the chrono and he will put Kawan to the floor. There is only another to fight. He rotates. He uses the chrono to protect himself. MVR and Juan trying to trample the player. The grenade comes in and it's a boo! Yeah, Los Grandes! Great team fights to finish off the map. They played safely. We didn't see Los Grandes entering battles. And when it mattered, when it comes for the booyah, Los Grandes makes it count and gets the 12 points onto themselves.
Los Grandes making finally the booyah that they needed, because their performance today wasn't the best until now. Now they guaranteed the booyah. And we also had Lauji once again in a good position, second place, good punctuation. And we must talk a little bit about Fluxo. That was probably the co-leader in this match, and they punctuated so well on eliminations that their position basically didn't matter, because let's check out the punctuation soon to see how the teams did. We also saw Tropa in a good position once again, because in Kalahari they also got a good position. And as usual, we had Cias, the MVP, with 8 kills. What is this kid going to do in the MVP chart is another thing. It's just a whole nother thing.
What impresses me is how this kid is capable of adapting himself to the metagame. When he was the MVP, he was the best grenadier of the league. And now the shotguns are on the metagame. And he uses the Mag 7 as a madman. He gets kill after kill after kill. He was all alone against the whole Tropa squad, and he got 3 kills onto his hand. 16 kills for the Fluxo squad. 8 on the hands of CS, 6 to Ousado, 2 to Japa BKR. Amazing game in kills for this Fluxo squad, but amazing game in kills also for this Los Grandes squad. They had 4 to begin the last fight of the match, and they got the whole squad wipe onto Loud, onto themselves. Good job by Vasco, by Black Dragons. Vasco getting 16 points, and despite Loud being with only 10 points, it was once again a new picture for this Loud squad, right?
Yes, and we have in the other half of our punctuation chart of the match, Liberty in 7th place with 8 points, Metagaming in the 8th with 5 points, also 00 Nation with 5 points, God Unidas that isn't performing as well as they did in the first day with only 1 point, Magic Squad, who was running for the leadership of the charts, is this time they are with a very bad punctuation, just 1 point. And we have Real also very badly in the punctuation charts. But let's keep an eye in Fluxo, that even though they fell in like 5th or 4th position, they were still able to punctuate better than any other teams based solely on eliminations.
And only with this game and the first 2 games of the first day of competition, Cias summed up to 20 kills. This map and the first 2 maps of the season, he got 5 on the first, 7 on the second map, on Purgatory and Kalahari on the first day, and now in this Bermuda map, 8 kills, 20 kills in 3 maps for Cias. The guy is coming tough to try to get the MVP award once again. He was the MVP. Once again, he was the MVP in Season 5, and the way he adapts to the metagaming is absurd, is ridiculous. This guy is probably the best player in Free Fire all around the world right now. It's not a bold prediction. Probably the best player in Free Fire in the world right now. But let's check the standings for us to know how the changes happened in this fight. Fluxo reaching the 3rd position, now only 27 points behind Vivocade. Doable.
Oh, it's not going to be hard for them to overcome Vivocade and stand in the leadership position of our charts, because Fluxo is coming very strongly. If they are able to keep up with this performance in the last 3 matches, there is going to be no way for other teams to catch them. And Corinthians also doing very well today, 97 points, getting closer to the top 3 of the chart. They are going probably to push Nitrox to the 5th position. Gojunida is not having such a good day, but they are good enough that they are still in the 6th position and the same bottom of the tables.
Incredible job by those teams. We get a really balanced table, and I want to see what will happen on the last 3 maps of the day. Yes. However, we gotta hydrate. We went straight from Kalahari to Bermuda, and we gotta hydrate. We gotta get ready. I'm coughing. I'm coughing, and it's not a problem of the pandemic. It's just that my throat is dry. We need some water, Isa.
Yes, we need some water.
We need some water, and we'll be right back after a quick break. We are back live to bring you guys the emotions of the last 3 maps of this week, and Isa is just laughing out because I just tore my pocket trying to sit on this chair, and never mind. Let's go. The maps are here, and the confirmation of the Booyahs going to Magic Squad, Loud, and to Los Grandes. But this Purgatory map will change some stuff, and we already have some changes. Isa is destroyed right now. She is just destroyed right now. I don't think she can comment on that because
I just can't because like he's sitting down and there like this pops out.
I destroyed the pocket of my Bermuda. And it was not even Cias who destroyed in Bermuda. It was just myself. And this Purgatory map will try to change things for a few teams. We've seen Fluxo getting great results despite not getting any Booyahs. And this might be the chance for them to get their first one.
Yes. Fluxo getting an incredible, an absurd amount of eliminations at this point. So they aren't really valuing their Booyah like they did before. But let's see if they are able to reach any Booyahs because Fluxo is close to hitting the record of eliminations in one single match.
And let's shout out one of the kings of LBFF, the great Samuka is watching us. My man, thank you for your audience. I love you. And of course, we're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R3D4 heading straight to Purgatory. This is your captain, myself, Antine, and by my side, my co-pilot, Isa, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Isa!
Welcome to our second match of Purgatory for this day, and we will see right now if Magic Squad will once again get their Booyah. We will see if Fluxo is gonna dominate the eliminations of the match like they did on the rest of the day, and we are seeing everyone calling in their standard drop calls. We are seeing everyone falling where they are used to, and the blue zone has helped Black Dragons Vasco this time, so they will have a bit of an increased loot. Maybe Easy will be able to get his hands on an sniper machine, so it's going to be very good for them. And look, Antunes is playing for Real. He wasn't so far, and in this third match, Antunes is now in the squad.
He is now playing in place of tThe, as Isa pointed out. And let's check out how Liberty will fare off. They once again reaching each other on the fight and having to fight for this space in Fire Brigade right now, Isa.
Yes. And let's see if Antunes makes the difference. We already saw this fight between Real and Liberty, and it is really going to matter because once again we have fight between two teams that are battling to get into a better position of the classification charts, and we will see how well they do in this confrontation, Marcelo.
Let's check out this confrontation that happened already today. Two teams that, as you said, are fighting against the bottom of the table, and it seems that tThe's already got the information. But on the first time they met each other on Bermuda, Liberty was really prepared and they destroyed this squad from Real in Bermuda, in Cape Town in Bermuda. But now it seems that Real is more ready than Liberty, and the shots are coming in. VM7 trying to get that V over there. He reaches some shots with the AC-80, and the shotguns are coming in. Hype is in the middle of two players from Real, and he's trying to deal with it. tThe is retreating. He needs to regroup. He needs to be in a better positioning for this fight. We see all the players from Liberty joining that trailer over there, the red trailer. Meanwhile, tThe is all by himself on the yellow trailer, and he has to use the medkit to hold on to himself a little bit more because Antunes is trying to give him support for him to leave that trailer and engage into a better position. Nice hiding spot for him. If the weapon is not being seen, the players from Liberty might see the tail of the weapon and get the kill onto tThe. But Antunes is trying to provide support. Lots of shots coming in. Hype now sees tThe. Backzin comes over and tries to get him over as well, while Antunes provides support. Backzin knows the information on where Antunes is right now. tThe is on the floor, and he will be the one targeted right now by Liberty. We see tThe also trying to get some kills. Pexin gets the first blood onto Triple X. He was on the floor and the kill was confirmed. And Iago now tThe now tries to break the wall and put VM7 on the floor. The car is now on fire. The roof is on fire. And he will try to blow up the car to damage VM7 over there. He still uses the car to protect himself and gets the kill on tThe. Nice shot with the AC-80. Getting the kill on tThe. And now Antunes using the ice walls to protect himself and get some shots out onto Hype. No more shots from Hype coming in. Antunes retreats. He's forced to retreat to the yellow house once again. Fire Brigade is now a war zone between those two teams. Hype now sees the rotation from Japa XL. He is aware that he is being flanked by the players from Real. And this might become a standoff between those two teams, Isa.
Yes, 1 kill for Real, 1 kill for Liberty. But if Fluxo gets a word of this confrontation, it is going to be a 3-way fight. And we have VM7 in a very bad spot. Peck is eager to flank him, and tThe also aiming directly at him. And look at what I just said. Fluxo is quickly approaching this war zone.
And this is how we've seen Fluxo play today. Getting to good fights, getting to fights where they can win, where they can have the surprise effect coming from the sides and get more kills, get more points. And look at Japa BKR and Ousado, both of them getting 2 takedowns, one on each team, one on tThe and one on the player from Real. It was VM7. CS now gets the kill on Pexin. More points for CS now, 26 for him. He is currently leading the MVP run. Japa BKR comes for the takedown. He finishes off tThe. There is VM7 still to be killed, and 0-0 Nation also fighting against Los Grandes on the other side of the map. Eric and Dudu get a kill on MVR and Juan. Los Grandes with only 2 players to fight. Japa XL is on the floor as well. 1-9 gets a kill on Gus on the other side of the map. Fluxo also here trying to gather some more points for them. They have Real and they have Liberty on their sides, but now those two teams know that Fluxo is coming. CS with the katana. He tries to hold on. He goes for Hype and he gets the kill. But he gets the landmine as well. He will be helped by Fak over there. 5 kills on the hands of Fluxo. 2 for Ousado, 2 for CS, and 1 for Japa BKR. Nice job by those 3 players. Now with CS on the top of the MVP run and Ousado on the 2nd place on that run. Look at what those 2 guys are doing for this day, Isa.
Oh my God, Marcelo, I think CS and Ousado just bought the game. They're literally not letting any of the other players play. So let's see how Fluxo gets to this match. We have only 6 minutes in this purgatory, and we have Fluxo with already 5 eliminations. So if they get more eliminations, they will have like 1 kill per minute, and they are very strong up until this point. If they are able to catch Antunes, oh my God, Fluxo is really opening up a big margin of kills, and maybe they will break the record for most kills in 1 round.
This record is Loud's. They have 48 kills in 1 round. It's the record for kills in 1 round, and Fluxo was getting closer and closer. I'm getting the correct information here right now, because before this match, they've already had, let me check this out, 36. They've already had 36 kills.
They're already at 41 at
and now they have 41. They only need 7 more kills for them to break the record of points by killing in 1 single round of LBFF. This is historical, what Ousado, CS, Japa, and Fak are doing right now. This Fluxo squad is coming for the top of the standings, and quickly.
Yes, and they are saying, Loud, get out of the way because the flow is coming through. So we see right now Fluxo making their rotation. They will be able to enter the safe zone right now. Also 0-0 Nation and Corinthians very close to each other in similar positions. The safe zone closed a little bit towards the area of Brasilia and Fields. We will see next how the teams will react to this kind of safe zone. Bungie, the newcomer for Corinthians, also a highlight for the season. He has been playing basically all of the matches for Corinthians up until this point, and Corinthians that is having a very good performance. So we always see how in the Free Fire we always have space for newcomers, new players. Experience matters, but if you are a skillful player, you always will have a spot.
And we also have spot for newcomers on our chat. We see Acelora over here. My girl, how you doing? Mateus MZ over here asking if Loud is still alive. They are still alive. Michael saying Force FX. They are rooting for Fluxo. Jorgleison Alves over here. Mansur Games. Giovanni Chaves also here with us saying that the Latam is the best league. No, LBFF is the best league. We gotta say that LBFF is the best league. Jessica over here. Santos RLK over here as well. Thank you guys for watching, for being here with us. Kevin Gamer is also here with us watching this great third round of the LBFF. Now we see Vasco rotating. They are going for the region of the Forge and trying to break out some cars over there. Why do they want to destroy that car? Just to call for attention?
Well, maybe they don't want anyone to take this car, and we have this area being very a little bit crowded. We have Black Dragons Vasco, Metagaming, and Magic Squad. And look at that, Antunes just saved VM7 from Real, and maybe Real will be up for a better performance in this match now that they have two players. And if I'm not mistaken, they got 1 or 2 kills. One, right?
They got 1 kill onto the players of Liberty.
They got 1 kill, so maybe we'll see Real being able to at least keep a position so they punctuate better, because they need to. They are in the bottom of the charts. And talking about who does need points, let's talk a little bit about Lauji and how they're improving their performance today, because the Lauji we saw in the first day is not the Lauji that we are used to. We are used to that Lauji that was the runner-up of the World Series, as you pointed out, that was competing for the title in basically all of our LBFF seasons. So Lauji is waking up, and if they wake up and are ready to fight, there is going to be a fight for the leadership.
And now we see VM7 and Antunes trying to bring out the other guys.
Laying
back
in the hard zone.
They are laying in the hard zone, waiting for the opportunity to bring the other 2 players from Real back to the game, inside of the gas, taking damage from the gas.
And they did it. They
got it. There we see Japa and Triple X. Now Real is all back in the game. This is so exciting.
Yes.
To see the teams having the chance of fighting up until the end. That's the reason why we're having such great team fights on the end of this season. This makes Free Fire even more thrilling to watch.
Yes, and let's just remember that the only player alive for Real was Antunes. It is a big difference that it makes, because if a team had only 1 player and now has 4, it is a lot more. There's a lot more dynamic in the match, and we will see how Real will be able to turn up their situation and hopefully have a good match now that they are in 4 players once again.
Let's see how this rotation from Real will happen right now, since they need to loot once again. They need to go for the weapons that were not looted by the teams that have already gone for their rotations, that have already gathered their loot. And Real will have to use the spoils, what was left on the floor, while they do their rotation. But now we see Loud going after those. This is nice shot by Kronos, getting the kill on Gus. Loud opens up the fight with 2 kills against the players from Los Grandes. Now the squad was left only with Juan, while Noda tries to rotate. He is under the rocks. He's trying to prepare for this rush from the players from Loud, but he doesn't expect that maybe 3 players will come from behind. He uses the Ice Wall and the Chrono to try to hold on against Noda and Will. 2 rushers coming after him, and Juan will go down. Only 1 player remaining for this Los Grandes squad. VM7 is also back in this matchup, and you see when Real was left with only 2 players, they were not Real anymore. They were half Real, so they were 50 Cent. I told you I could get jokes with 50 Cent. I told you.
Let's all give a little bit of a sympathy laugh for Marcelo.
I told you I could get jokes with 50 Cent.
Okay, yes, you proved yourself right.
I didn't say I could get funny jokes or good jokes. But I can get jokes.
That's a good observation.
I can get jokes. Now we see the rotation from this loud squad. K1 is leading the charge. We see the drone overseas. He will break the drone. He doesn't want to be watched. He is working for the government, shooting down drones that are not allowed to see him. Now Ousado gets a takedown once again on the player from Real. Let's see if Real will deal with Fluxo once again, because they were destroyed by Fluxo on the beginning of the match. And now we see God Unidas going after the players from Loud. God needs to improve in this day. They are still having trouble, but Rigby rotates and gets the headshot on Will. Nice shot onto K1 as well. Good job by Rigby. He is having a day over here, and he will get the kill on Nada. However, he still have to deal with Kronos. Kronos trying to use the AWM to damage the players from God, and Mike is the one who goes down. Now he gets the shot on Marreta. He puts Marreta down, but Loud will be eliminated with only 2 points in this matchup after God Unidas once again does an incredible job destroying this team from Loud. But now we see that Magic Squad is also approaching Real. They can get into this fight. Real was being harmed by Fluxo. They will have to rotate. We remind you, they were left with only 1 player, and they brought 3 back with the revival system, and now they have no weapons to fight, no good weapons to fight. But Vasco is also joining that fight. CS will get the kill on Triple X. What this man is doing here today is unbelievable. Japa BKR gets the kill on Japa XL for the place of better Nipponic player in the league. Now we see Antunes left all by himself with Bobs throwing some grenades towards him. Antunes takes half life in damage, and he will have to patch up. He will have to heal to go back to this fight. While Fluxo rotates, they already got 8 kills on their hands. They started the matchup with 36. Now they have 42. Lucky puts CS to the floor. Nice headshot. Grenades coming in from Bobs, trying to hit the players from Vasco da Gama, while Bueno rushes and tries to go for the players of Vasco. Bobs get the grenade, but Easy puts Bobs to sleep. Nice shot with the sniper rifle. Hender gets the grenade. Bueno puts him down. Italo comes in. Chucky is on the floor, and Vasco will go down. Nice job by the Magic Squad. Nice approach, nice rush onto the players of Vasco. Now we see that Fluxo is in a predicament dealing with 0-0 Nation that has the top-down advantage. Ousado uses the protection, uses the skills to protect himself, while Fak uses the ice wall to get some space to rotate. He uses the chrono as well. Ousado gets into the chrono of Fak to take less damage, but he is still only half life up yet. tThe will get a shot, and he will try to put players down. He puts fucking Ousado down. Now there's only Japa BKR and CS to fight for Fluxo. 3 players from 0-0 Nation still up. 16 minutes into play, 7 teams, 21 players still in the fight. Metagaming getting some shots out and taking players from the Magic Squad, while 0-0 Nation tries to deal with Fluxo. Nice job by Eric using the Groza and putting down 1 more player from Fluxo. There is only CS to fight for this squad, and we know what he did all by himself on the last game. 8 kills for CS, but now Corinthians fighting against God Unidas. Lucky God will get the kill, and Corinthians will go down, destroyed by God Unidas. Marreta with the grenade. Magic Squad goes down as well. Only 4 teams remaining. Fluxo with CS and Japa BKR. 0-0 Nation with 3 players. Metagaming has 4 and God Unidas has 4. But now CS and Japa goes down, and Fluxo is eliminated in the 4th position. But they got a nice amount of kills once again to get them to a good spot on the table. Grenades coming in against tThe. Facts, and Eric hits it. Eric hits the call B and sends tThe back to the lobby. Eric with a triple kill. Pão also got 3 and Kawe got 2. Nice job by Metagaming holding on to themselves up until the end of the match. They needed a game like that. They were not well on the standings, while Rafa X tries to rotate, tries to find a good positioning to fight against the 2 teams that are coming after the players from Metagaming. We see 0-0 Nation. We also see the players from God Unidas trying to climb up the hill, and Metagaming will have to go downhill, shooting as hard as they can. Rigby gets the first takedown onto the player from 0-0 Nation. Shots coming in. Marreta using the ice to protect himself. Rigby gets the takedown on Eric once again, and he will get the kill. Killing spree for Rigby. He is having a day. But 2 players from God Unidas are down because of the grenades coming in. And also the safe zone, the gas damaging the players from God Unidas. They might not be able to leave the gas. Mike now tries to use the ice to protect himself and to heal himself, while Marreta heals Rigby over there. 3 players still up for this God Unidas squad. Metagaming now being harmed by the last player from 0-0 Nation. It's Lucky God. He has the top-down view. He has the top-down advantage. Metagaming with only 2 players, Kawe and Eric, and Zero Nation will be eliminated. Kawe with the max 7 getting the shot. Eric puts Rigby to the floor with a nice AC-80, but Eric brings it back. Now it's a 2v1, and Gadonidas will do it. Gadonidas will do it. It's a boo! Yeah, Gadonidas! A decent fight from Gadonidas. A standoff. Those 2 teams looked at each other on the face, and they said, as the Old West, let's see who gets the best of it, and Gadonidas was the one who got the best of it.
Yes, Gadonidas that we have seen having multiple booyahs in this LBFF that is so soon in the championship, and they were able to fit in a perfect positioning and also a perfect rush. I was very admired by when they rushed Loud, and they were able to do that in such confidence, so confidently, that we see how Gadonidas isn't a team that is only strong in positioning, because we've been talking a lot about Marreta and how good he is of a captain, but Gadonidas is also a powerful team in the rush, and they are going to adapt to this LBFF so good and so fast, and if they are able to really make that experience count, they are going to come strongly for the finals.
And it's great to see how Rigby developed into a great rusher by the side of Mike. Both of them are being amazing in the rushes. We see Miguel with a nice complementary aim for those 2 players rushing. We see Marreta commanding those rushes with intelligence. It's been nice to see Gadonidas. They are their first team with 3 booyahs in the season. The first team to reach that mark, 24 points for them. Nice game by Metagaming with 19 points, 0 Nation with 18, and Fluxo that left the game in the 7th position with 15
what a round for Fluxo.
points. 15 points.
And 0 Nation also, because they were in need of those points, and they are able to punctuate very well in this match. Maybe we'll see them get out of that lower intermediary position of the standings. We have Los Grandes, and now with a kind of a bad punctuation, only 4 points for both teams, but we are seeing how the standings are changing. Loud once again fell very early in the match, and we will see in the next match Kalahari if they are going to be able to rise back up in their performance, because they had a booyah today, but their performance needs to be not so much ups and downs, and it is normal that we charge a lot more of Lauji. We expect a lot more of them because they are a team that is so strong and so important in the Free Fire competitive history. So it is normal. But Magic Squad also with a very good performance. They are owning up to their confrontations, to their fights, and being able to win most of them. And it is just a matter of time. We have so many strong teams in this LBFF, and they are just fitting in their game, because today is going to be the day where we're going to see how the week ends.
And you don't want to trigger me. You say, today is gonna be the day. How come you don't think of Wonderwall when you said that?
Today is gonna be the day.
How come you don't think of Wonderwall when you think about it? How do you want me not to get triggered by that? Oasis is my favorite band of all time.
But it's like, I say it and I only think it when you reference it. It doesn't just pop in my head.
But I'm going to throw it back to you, and we are going to check out the standings to see how the changes happened. Fluxo now in the second position, bringing Gadonidas back to the top 4.
Yes, and only 12 points for them to reach Vivo Cage and sleep with the leadership, the tranquility of the leadership. I'm sure they will have very sweet dreams if they get those 12 points.
And we got to talk about the tie-breaking criteria that those two teams are carrying off right now. Fluxo, despite not having any booyahs, they got 73 kills. They are the top killer in the season. This is the second tie-breaking criteria. Number of kills. Gadonidas now leads the tie-breaking, the main tie-breaking criteria. That is the number of booyahs. Sometimes my tongue gets twisted. Corinthians also getting to the 100 points mark. Magic Squad might finish off the first week with the 100 inside of the 100 points mark, which is nice to see a new team coming in and having such good results on the first week.
Yes, Marcelo, but let's just stop and analyze how Netshoes Miners, Team Liquid, and Cruzeiro are in the standings. They are very close to being pushed down by the teams of groups B and C.
But we also got to get ready for the next map. I am eager to see because we have 2 records that might be broken today, and I want records. I like records.
I want records.
I want records.
He said it with such
I
confidence.
want records.
I want records.
I want records, and we'll see if we'll get records on the last 2 maps of the day after a quick break because we're going to Kalahari. We have to reapply sunscreen. We have to drink water once again, and we'll be right back. Isa is still laughing because of my Bermuda. She compared it to opening a bag of snacks, of chips. And it was almost the sound that it made indeed. But we're back live to bring you guys the emotions of the last 2 maps of the week. We'll be back next Saturday. And of course, don't forget to follow us at FF Esports PR in all social media for you to get closer and closer to us. Follow us on our social media as well. I am Marcelo Ferrantini and is 13X in every social media. Don't forget to follow us, and you guys gotta know the time for the broadcasts. You gotta know the information on the players, so follow us on our social media. We're heading to Kalahari, a map that was dominated by Loud on the first run, but they are having indeed an ups and downs day, which can lead them to a bad result in a map that they were so well. And you're still trying to hold on your laughter because of my Bermuda.
No, it is just that you said Bermuda and then I thought of the Bermuda.
I know.
But we are going straight to Kalahari, not Bermuda. I need to get Bermudas out of my head.
You get that we're broadcasting Free Fire and there is a map called Bermuda and I have to say Bermuda a ton. So please forget about my Bermuda being ripped right now. Let me just adjust it here. Okay, it happens. But we are still going to Kalahari, and this is a hot map.
Yes, and let's see if Loud once again is able to dominate the map and to maybe secure another booyah because they need a punctuation.
They need those points because they started the day in the last position on the rankings. They are still not really up from the last positions. We gotta always be looking at the top 12. We always need to be talking about the top 12, that there are the teams that go for the grand finals and the teams that don't go for the access group or the relegation. So this is the point of the rankings that you need to keep your eye on, and Loud is still not in the top 12.
Yes. We need a better performance of Loud. But let's just talk a little about how Fluxo is doing today, and Cias particularly. They are about to beat up some records, to get some records of eliminations in one single round and individual eliminations in one single round for Cias.
I got clearance. Is that it? Is that it, Control Tower? Yes, we got clearance to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight R3D5 heading straight to Kalahari. This is your captain, Marcelo Ferrantini, and by my side, my co-pilot, Isa, invites you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Isa!
Welcome once again to Kalahari, and right now we are going to see how the teams will close off this second to last map of the day. We are getting each time closer to our final standings for the first week, and all of the performances are important. We start off by seeing Lauji, that is counting with Losty once again. Losty coming in to the place of Will, that is one of the most experienced players in the LBFF. So Losty is being trusted to make that part of a rusher that Will usually makes, and let's see if that improves the performance of Lauji, because they needed to.
They changed the rusher for another rusher, and they kept the amount of aggressiveness that the team have. Last season we've seen Loud exchange Kronos for Brabox, taking the support and bringing in another rusher, which doesn't happen here this season. Now we have Honey coming in for the 0-0 Nation squad in place of Eric.
Yes, let's see if 0-0 Nation is able to keep up with their good performance, because we saw them doing well in the last match, in the last Purgatory. Let's see if they can keep up in Kalahari. And so far, so good. All teams are making their loot and prepping for their rotations, which will start to happen very early in the map, because we all know that Kalahari is a shorter map, and it is also a map that teams are always forced to move so much sooner, because if they don't, they are probably going to be marked and named for other enemies inside a long way in the map.
And now we see that the Elephant Graveyard is indeed taken by 0-0 Nation, as we see that Gadonidas today, that don't have before on the refinery, are trying to take that spot for themselves. It's an intelligent move by Gadonidas, taking that they have a good support, they have players with great aim, and they can take down some players from the top down. It's important for Gadonidas, who is trying to reach the top of the standings, to be on a great positioning by the center of the map, and with a hard stamp point for them to bring back any of those guys who goes down back to the refinery. That's just too OP, in my opinion, to have a revival point inside of the refinery.
Yes, it is very good for Goji, at least. For their enemies, not so good. But Goji, that is a team that we saw making a very good first day. And right now, they are already with a good performance as well. We will see in the next match and in this match how they will be able to keep up with that performance, because they are in the new teams we have here in the A series, probably the one who's doing the better. So keep an eye on Goji, and of course keep an eye on Corinthians, who is a team with a great cheer, and they are here making also a good performance. And let's talk about finally Fluxo, that is up for records in this match and in the next, and they are so close that if they don't beat those records in this match, it's going to be very hard for them not to beat in the next, right, Marcelo?
I want to see it, because I love records. I definitely love records, and I want to see it, but we also want to see Los Grandes performing better. They started the day well, they got a nice first map, and then they lost some of that hype that they started the day during the next matches, right, Isa?
Yes, they were able to get a booyah in Bermuda, but they didn't do so well in the other matches. And we will see now if they are able to get this fifth match to be good as well and to enhance their performance, because Los Grandes, that is such a strong team, and they are counting with an incredibly strong cast, probably the strongest they've ever played with, and Los Grandes is going to be able to show their work. But right now, Fluxo is approaching Lauji, and this is a battle of giants.
This is indeed a battle of giants. There is some bad blood between those two teams. We know of that. Fluxo still remembers the grand finals of LBFF Season 5. Loud still have the better results in the World Series, so those two teams will try to face off against each other, but Los Grandes seems not to want to see it. They are going after the players from Loud, and Juan will go down. MVR is also leading the rush, trying to get to Kronos, but both of them will be stopped by this incredible defense from Loud. Nice defense from Loud now, dealing with Los Grandes, but this is the kind of fights that Fluxo likes to come in. Two teams losing resources, losing HP, and Fluxo loves to come in. Let's see if they will wait patiently once again to come into this fight. Kawan using the grenades, sending Fonzin a nice amount of damage. The grenades exploded onto the ear of Fon. While Kawan tries to now take down Gus. He sees the grenade coming in. He will be the one trying to take it down, but nice grenade now by Gus to try to take down Kawan. He dealt a little damage over there, and now Noda is the one rotating. He knows that MVR is inside of the house, and he's trying to duel him with the Max-7. Kawan, more grenades coming in from the Grenadier of Loud. He rotates, he tries to look at the players that are coming in. Fawn will put Lost to sleep. Nice job by Fawn leading the rush. The sniper is now outside leading the rush. We see Kawan. He tries to deal with MVR. MVR rotates. He has the mini Uzi on his hands. Kawan with the Max-7 tries to deal some shots, and Fawn is from afar using the FAMAS to try to get some spots. Kawan uses the ice to rotate. He wants Fawn, but Kawan and Gus will put two players down. Now it's a 3v3 fight. Noda is on the stairs. MVR is on the floor and being kept by Kawan. Now Vasco da Gama is joining the fight. Easy gets the kill. We see Gus getting the confirmation of the kill on Noda. Lost is over there rotating, and he's using a clown backpack, and I have clown phobia. I don't want to look at clowns, but it happens. I need to do it. I'm a caster. Now Vasco da Gama is bringing in. They are coming hard onto those two teams, and we've not seen Fluxo move yet. They are still not coming into this fight, but Vasco is. We see Easy now on the top of the building where the fight is going on. Loud is trying to rotate with Kronos and Kawan, trying to open up a big gap between those two players for them to fight with a better spread, with shots coming in from all sides. We see Metagaming also joining that fight. Japa BKR steal the kill, and now Fluxo will come into this fight. We see Vasco also rotating, taking damage from the players from Fluxo. We see Leno using the ice to avoid what could have been one more kill for Fluxo. Hender, he's the one looking at the players from Loud. Deal some damage, puts Kawan to the floor, and Loud will be eliminated. The players from Loud are back to the lobby. Another bad matchup for Loud. Loud who had the Booyah on the first Kalahari map of the day. But now Metagaming from the top down, taking down Japa BKR, forcing Fluxo to retreat. Vasco takes a better positioning, and this fight happened slowly but methodically. Those players were being eliminated one by one.
Yes, what was that, Marcelo? It was a four-way fight, and Fluxo was very intelligently waiting for the teams to be in the end of the rush. I am thinking maybe their head coach Kanovi didn't say like, let's wait until this rush is all about the close range weapons, because they can hear the difference of the sound of the weapon, so they know when the players are usually with short or long distance weapons.
And now Vasco will take one more kill onto Gus from Los Grandes, and they will have to reposition because the danger zone ended up on the same place where they are. Easy gets the last kill, and Los Grandes are back on the lobby. Let's shout out the guys on the chat. Richard Silva is over here. Camila Carvalho. First step saying more from Loud, for Loud. They are all over here. Illegal Gaming, please don't spam, man. We don't need to spam. We will bring you guys here. No problem. Emre Vanza Ridwan saying Indonesia champions. Mood Freeze also over here. Dudu7. You guys, love for all you guys. Thank you for being here with us. Raja ES Santos FF also here with us. Now we see Vasco with the knowledge of the placement from the players of Fluxo. They can be the one trying to amass some good points, Isa.
Yes, and we are still seeing some leftovers of the fight between Fluxo, between Black Dragons Vasco, Laude, all of those teams that were in that region. But now we saw that Japa BKR was eliminated. he might be saved by his fellow teammates if they are able to get to a hard zone or a store anytime soon. But we are seeing meta in Fluxo's usual platform. So let's see if they are planning to steal that platform, because Fluxo is just chilling in the other side of Refinery, and we are seeing a safe zone that pulls a lot towards that area. And we will see now how the teams are going to make their way into the next safe zone if it closes outside of Refinery.
We gotta know, because Garunidas is also positioned by the Refinery. We have Metagaming, as you said, on the Fluxo watchtower over there. This could become a mess in this matchup, but it seems that Fluxo doesn't have the space to leave the area where they are right now, because on one side they have Vasco, on the other side they have Metagaming, and above them they have Garunidas. So this might become a tough spot for them to try to bring Japa back to the game.
Yes. And look at that in the screen, Metabread.
Metabread.
Yes, Metabread.
The great Pão. I loved when Pão played for Team Coda Solid, because he played with Quali. And it was a great snack to have Pão with Quali. It's always good to have Pão with Quali.
Well, now we only have Pão with maybe some requeijão, because he doesn't have Quali anymore.
You know what amazes me? Requeijão, the creamy cheese that we have here, it's not cream cheese. It's a creamy cheese. It's not usually used outside of Brazil. This is mostly a Brazilian thing. But now we have some shots coming in from the Magic Squad, trying to get over the players from 0-0 Nation. Grenades come in. Lucky God using the grenades to open up some space for him to rush. We see the players from Magic Squad breaking the ice and going after the players, but 1-9 with the side. He just one-punches Bueno once again, and Ítalo will try to bring it back. Lucky God is on the floor. It's a 3v3 fight, but Bobs with the grenade. 1-9 once again, putting Ítalo to sleep. He rotates through the ice. He has the information on the other players, but nice job by tThe, putting God kill to the floor. Bobs now finishes off 1-9, and Ítalo will get a kill. 3 kills onto the players from the Magic Squad, but they will also lose one player. It was Bueno. They can't lose the third one. tThe trying to run from the grenades. It's a 1v1 fight against Bobs. Let's see who fares off better. Bobs was using the mini grenade launcher, and he will bring the MP5 to finish off 0-0 Nation. And what a day by the Magic Squad. They were already in the top 5, and now they get the squad wipe over the players from 0-0 Nation, Isa.
Once again, Magic Squad proving they are very strong and aggressive players, and they might have the chance to save their partners. So let's see if Magic Squad is able to buy off the rest of their team. But they are ready with 4 eliminations. We have still 9 teams and 33 players alive, and we are going to see a lot of confrontations. We see that Magic Squad is outside of the next safe zone that is a little bit more towards the Refinery area, but in the northern side of the map. We see all teams got caught off guard because this safe was hardly shifted, Marcelo.
Nice grenade launcher shot by Eric, now taking down Mike. Garunidas having some trouble to leave the Refinery as before usually has. This can become a subject of studies, because every team that goes for a Refinery, when they have to leave that region, they do have real problems doing it. Let's see now Metagaming trying to hold the players from Garunidas inside of the safe, of the danger zone, inside of the gas, and on the Refinery. Now the rotation from Metagaming to the center of the safe zone that left the Refinery outside, Isa.
Yes, we are going to see a lot of difficulty for the teams to approach this safe zone. And Marcelo, I just got a word that Fluxo is the only team in the top 7 of the classification chart that doesn't have a Buia yet. So maybe this is it?
No Buias, but 73 kills. We gotta remind you.
And look, they were able to save Bueno. Magic Squad was able to save Bueno.
Magic Squad was able to save Bueno. Now they have 3 players. And they will try to come back into this game with those 3 players. Fluxo still using that shift over there to protect themselves, as we see Liberty coming over. CS got the information. He was looking at the players from Liberty, so he knows where those guys are. Fluxo's trying to hold their position. They are in a protected position, at least.
Yes.
In a safe position, but now the fight goes on between Tropa and Corinthians. Mandela also already gone to the floor, while Vichinchi tries to lead with the grenades. He sends some on the walls to try to make them bounce onto Spill. Spill is the one leading the charge for Tropa, but Kiled will go down because of the safe zone. Nice shots coming in, forcing the safe zone to take down Kiled, and he's taking a huge amount of damage. Moreira also goes down. There is only Spill to fight. What a bad fight chosen by Tropa, and Corinthians seems to not even have to fight. It was really too easy for Corinthians. And Vitinho XP also have the information on the players above him. It's the players from God Unidas. Spill will try to leave the safe zone, the danger zone, and the grenade just exploded him. Vitinho XP with the grenade launcher just exploded Spill, and Corinthians gets the squad wipe onto Tropa. Now they are climbing the ladders because they want to face off against God Unidas. Hype will take Bueno down. Bueno had no weapons. The revival has it is a double-edged weapon. You come back into the game, but you have no weapons. Now Bone will take down Cias and send him back to the lobby. Finally, a bad game by Fluxo. Finally, a game where Fluxo have some trouble rotating. They will have to count on Fac and Ousado to hold on against the whole metagaming squad. But Chuck will put the first player from God Unidas to the floor. Fac tries to use the chrono. He sends two players inside of the chrono and tries to use it to himself, but Rafa X will get the kill. Now there is only Ousado to fight for this Fluxo squad. He's inside of the house, protected by ice, protected by walls. He tries to dribble the players from metagaming that are being shot as well by the squad of Vasco da Gama. Chucky get the kill on Marreta. Hazur will go down. Corinthians needs to deal with this Vasco da Gama, and Easy will put Zenak to the floor. And now Fluxo will finally be shot down, while Vasco is still trying to get some shots out against Corinthians. And God Unidas at the same time. Lots of kills onto the hands of Vasco. Bunge will go down. Hender confirms the kills on God Unidas. And the squad is wiped. Vasco having a great result right now, taking the center of the safe zone. They might be up for a great booyah. They take control of 3 houses. In the small space of that safe zone, they have control of 3 houses. Nice strategy by Vasco. Hender uses the grenades and puts Antunes to the floor. But Chap XL brings it back. Now Easy is on the floor. Chucky tries one more down. And they get Chapa down with the grenade. Hender once again finishing off Antunes. There's only David to fight for the Liberty squad. Vasco with 10 kills on their hands. Now with only Easy on the floor. All players still alive. And they are going for the save onto Easy. Hender takes control of the house. He sees the player from Real trying to come in, and he will use the grenade. He is a great grenadier. Tries to bounce the first one off. Japa XL takes a lot of damage, and he puts onto the floor. It was Leno with the Groza, and Liberty will go down. Hender once again with the grenade launcher. 12 kills onto Vasco. VM7 trying to keep Real alive. Shots coming in onto his direction. It's Leno with the Groza, and VM7 will go down for the safe zone, for the gas. 3 teams, 8 players remaining. Vasco has 4. So, which means that Metagaming has 3. Easy will get the kill on the last player from the Magic squad, and Metagaming has to climb up. Vasco has a lot of chance for them to go for their first booyah. Bone tries to hold on. Leno comes in with the Max 7. Chucky gets the first kill, and it's finally the booyah Vasco! Black Dragons Vasco, after being a huge sensation on the first day, now getting their first booyah in their history in Serie A.
Go Black Dragons Vasco, being able to get this amazing booyah with 15 eliminations. This is going to be a show of punctuation. I'll leave it to my friend Marcelo.
27.
Great. He read my mind as well. So besides being good at math, he's also a mind reader. So
I'm a psychic.
We have Black Dragons Vasco making a show out here in the Kalahari map, and let's see, 27 points. You stand corrected. And Chucky with 5 kills alone. These are players that came straight up from the B series, and they are so good as a team. So they have so much synergy between them, and we have Black Dragons Vasco getting their first booyah. Like I said, that is a very happy moment. I'm hoping we will be invited to the barbecue tonight, and Hender is also with 5 kills.
And if I'm not mistaken, Easy also got 5 kills.
Oh,
from Vasco. And now we see the second half of the table. Corinthians with 6 points. Finally, Flux with only 4 points. It's been unusual here today.
Even when they do bad, they don't make 0. They don't have 0 points.
Yeah. And then we see Tropa with 2, 0-0 Nation with 2, Los Grandes with 1, and Loud with only 1 point. Once again today, in two maps of the day, Loud has had 0 points and 1 point.
Yes, Laude with a very bad performance, even though they had a booyah. But we still have one last match, that is Bermuda
Don't
again.
laugh. Don't laugh. Hold your
I
laughter.
wasn't even remembering. We have Bermuda again to see once and for all with this last match if Fluxo will break its records and if the teams are going to be able to get a better place at the standings, which we will see soon.
And we gotta check out the standings first to know what the Kalahari map changed in our rankings, because we know that Fluxo was trying to chase out the top of the standings, but God Unidas was coming after them, and God now only 8 points behind Fluxo. Nice job by God Unidas closing the gap, now only 16 points behind Vivocade, which means a booyah can get them to the top of the standings. Magic Squad with 110 points. Needs 30 points to get to Vivocade. It's doable, yes it is, but it's possible, it's probable. No, not probable. As well as Corinthians with 109 points and Vasco reaching the 106 points mark, leaving the first week with more than 100 points. Great start by Vasco and Magic Squad and God Unidas, 3 teams that came from Serie B.
Yes, we have Magic Squad, Corinthians, and Black Dragons Vasco making a very good way into the top of the charts, and the bottom top 3 teams are Liberty, Laude, and Real. So, Liberty, Laude, and Real, let's keep an eye for this last Bermuda, because we really do need to watch out for not only the teams that are doing so well, like the teams that we have seen right now, and we have to also watch out for the teams that are doing badly, so we can see how their performance affects the standings. And we also have a good intermediary part of the tables that is probably going to change, so
we gotta check out, but we gotta hydrate for me to bring the best booyah shout of the day, and we'll be right back after a quick break. We are back live to bring you guys the last map of the week here in LBFF Season 7. We're reaching the end of round 3. And of course, don't forget, next week you got to set up your FF squad. Join us on ffsquad.com.br and bet on which players will be the best on the week. I know you didn't go so well this week, right?
I can't believe you're throwing that in my face right now.
Of course I am.
I didn't do so well, but next week I will come up strongly for my FF squad, and I dare you to beat me in my FF squad tomorrow. Not tomorrow,
you
but
know who said
next week.
the exact same words last season? Carol. You know what happened?
What?
I finished off ahead of her in the tables. And this will happen again. I am gonna beat my commentator once again. So join us at ffsquad.com.br and join us and play the fantasy game of the LBFF. And we're heading to the last map of the day, the map that ripped on my leg, Bermuda. That sounded like a Dorito. And Los Grandes had the first booyah of the day, but Los Grandes is not having such a decent day right now.
Yes, and we have the sequence of booyahs of the day. First off, Magic Squad. Second, Laude. Third, Los Grandes. Fourth, God Unidas. And fifth match, we have Black Dragons Vasco. So let's see if any of those teams can get a double booyah maybe, or if we're going to have all different booyahs today. But keep up with our Bermuda match, because it is going to be amazing. The most classical map of Free Fire, and we always see always see something crazy going on these matches.
And the only team who got a double booyah in the season was God Unidas. And they can't possibly get a double booyah in this Bermuda map. Coming from Serie B, performing that strongly, fighting for the top of the standings, this God Unidas squad is incredible to see.
Yes, God Unidas is really a squad to be watched out for.
It indeed is, and our stream is, and I know you guys are watching, so I'm bringing you some of you to the broadcast. Manuel Rodrigues is over here, Lucario17 also here with us, Kevin MSD also here cheering for Fluxo right now, and Fluxo who can break the records. They need 6 kills to tie the record of most kills by a team in a round, and I gotta check out how many kills Cias needs to become the player with the most kills in a single round.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure he just needs like 1 or 2 kills. It's a small number, so let's see if we will see Cias having this record. And right now we are getting ready for our Bermuda match, and I am so anxious because this last match of the day is going to define the standings, and we will really know how the week went and which teams are strongest and the weakest up until this point in the championship.
It will give us the picture, the real picture of how the first week happened here in LBFF. All teams will have played 12 maps, the same amount of maps, the same amount of possible kills, and we will see how this will impact on our standings. We're getting closer and closer to the map. Of course, we'll bring you all the emotions, and I want to discuss it with you because we have 3 teams that came from Serie B on the top of the table, on the left side of the table, on the first half of the table. Magic Squad, God Unidas, and Vasco. Did you expect this coming from all those teams?
Well, I certainly hoped so, and I did expect it because right now, let's see how they do in this last match.
So it clears to take off slice in the skies! Ladies and gentlemen, for the flight R3D6 heading straight to Bermuda. This is your captain, Marcelo Fiorentini, and by my side, my co-pilot, Isa, invites you to loosen your seat belts, fasten your boards, because it's time to drop, Isa!
It is time to drop, and in our last match of the day, we have Fluxo, only 8 points away from the leadership and with an amazing amount of eliminations. God Unidas 16 points away. We have Magic Squad 30 points away from the leadership, but they are probably going to be able to keep a very good spot. We see competing for the top 5 also Corinthians, Black Dragons, Vasco, and in the intermediate, but look at that! Oh my god!
Look at that 0-0 Nation and Metagaming going at each other on the clock tower, where we said that it should have been having some battles for the drop goal, and now it's happening. 0-0 Nation already putting 2 players down. Half X tries to bring it back. Lucky God is on the floor. There are 3 players to fight for 0-0 Nation, only 2 for Metagaming, but Eric brings it back. Hafa sends 1-9 to the floor. There's only Lucky God. Eric will try to put the FFX to the floor. Lucky is the last player remaining in 0-0 Nation. They take them back, and Metagaming is still standing.
Oh my god, we had no one in Clock Tower in the last match. We only had Meta in Angar, and now we have not only 0-0 Nation, but we have also Meta in the region of Clock Tower, and Metagaming was able to make a very good match. But look at that.
Tropa is coming
Yes.
here as well. Clock Tower is becoming a war zone for teams that couldn't get to Sentosa, maybe Poshinok, because the route was not that good, Isa.
Yes, run away, Rafa, if you still hope to be able to save your team, because Eric certainly didn't, and he got very bad in the attempt to. But now we have Fluxo already lost Ousado.
Fluxo lost Ousado, and we didn't even see how it happened. We'll have the replay of the first engagement between 0-0 Nation. Metagaming took the four players with only 2 players remaining. It was on the hands of Rafa X and Eric. Eric had the mini Uzi, and Rafa X went with the shotgun. But they had half of their team only to fight against 0-0 Nation that took Kawe really soon in the matchup.
Yes, yes. And let's uncover the mystery of who killed Ousado, and it was one of Real's players. They caught probably him off guard, off rotation, outside of Peak, and now we have Real approaching quickly Liberty once again, and they will have a surprise because Liberty has had 3 minutes to make the loot of Cape Town, and Real is with a very bad loot right now.
And this is the same spot where Liberty trapped Real on the first Bermuda map of the day, and they just destroyed Real.
Yes.
Real should at least think that maybe they're there.
Yes, and also Real is with very poor loot. They have very weak weapons, and they probably don't have a lot of bullets. So it's going to be hard for Real to win this fight. They
No
really,
grenades for Japa.
yes,
No med kits.
they really need to count on the element of surprise. They need to surprise one player of Liberty team and maybe get the kill and get already that numerical advantage, because if they don't, it is going to be hard for them to win this confrontation.
Now we see that led by VM7, Real is trying to come over and take the region of Cape Town. Liberty is giving them some space to rotate. They're using the vending machines, trying to get a good positioning. It seems that now Liberty is not aware that Real is trying to get to Cape Town, while we see Pexin using the car to move. They are leaving Cape Town. They are leaving Cape Town behind, doing the rest of the loot over there, gathering some weaponry, some toolboxes over there. We have the med kits also there for Peck to take. Gathering some loot, using the gas mask. It seems that they will leave Cape Town.
Yes, it seems like it, and I don't know if they properly had vision of all of Real's players, but they are retreating, and I'm betting that if they knew how bad Real is with their loot and with their situation, they wouldn't retreat. I'm sorry.
It happens.
And now Real is probably going to make their rotation up right or up the hill of Peak, while Liberty is making a totally different rotation from what we expected. They're going towards the city of Mill, where Team Liquid usually makes their drop call, but they're not playing today, so you guys don't need to worry about it.
But we see Liberty rotating. They are trying to play by the edges. We've seen that throughout the maps, except on Kalahari, where they try to center really quickly. But we've seen, at least here in Bermuda, Liberty playing really by the edges, isn't it?
Yes, we have seen that, and it is an interesting game style to observe. We know that another team that has that kind of game style is Team Liquid, that I've quoted before, but if that game style isn't working for Team Liquid, that is one of the strongest, most experienced teams here in the A Series, that holds one of the most prestigious MVPs of the championship, it is going to work for Liberty, that is a relatively new team. That is an important questionment, because it doesn't seem to be working for neither team, and we have Meta as the kill leaders, and Meta was able to save at least Pão and Eric. Kawe still is dead, but maybe we will see. Oh,
They brought him back. They brought him back. They had a coin. They had a coin. They had a coin, and they brought Kawe back onto this matchup. So it leaves Metagaming with 4 kills and no players down. It's important for them to now try to leave.
Oh my god, look at Kawe. He's being born right up outside of Los Grandes area.
Let's see if he'll be able to survive, but there are players going down. Bob's using the grenades to put Mike to the floor. Miguel tries to hold on, tries to bring God Unidas back to this fight. Now the Magic Squad has the advantage, has the numbers advantage, and will try to take down the players from God Unidas. Bob's, he's using the grenades. Marreta rotates, he's using the shotgun, trying to close the gap onto Bob's. Now Italo will take Miguel while Marreta goes for Bob's, and he will go down. Italo saving the squad and bringing back the fight for the Magic Squad. So it's game over for God Unidas today. They will not reach the top of the standings, but they at least will try to finish the day in the second position, Isa.
Yes, Magic Squad and God Unidas, two teams that we are seeing freshly and new here in the LBFF, and Magic Squad proving once again that they are aggressive and that they are born rushers. They are always winning confrontations in this day, and this was no different. Now let's see how Metagaming is going to handle their rotation, because they got a lot delayed by the fact that Hafashis has had to single-handedly save all of his teammates, and we will see how that is going to affect the match for Meta.
They will need to loot better. They will definitely need to loot a lot right now, and now we see that they are playing by the edges of the safe zone, probably to try to get to the skiffs and to the houses where no one was looting. But they're approaching the clock tower where a war happened, so there will be no loot over there for them.
Yes, there will be no loot there, but they most likely will be able to catch up a few things, like at least some bullets, or maybe something that Tropa left out, because it was Tropa that got the kill over them. So if Tropa didn't make the loot, neither did Meta, because they had to exit Clock Tower so soon, as soon as the confrontation ended. But we see that they are making a similar rotation from Los Grandes. Los Grandes is also delaying their rotation, and look at Tropa. This is a very strong position. This greenhouse just outside of Bimazaki is a very strong rotation, and if the team is able to mark it very well, to aim their enemies very well, they are able to get not only buyas, but also they have a hard zone right in there if they need to save a teammate. And this hard zone is special because it is covered from the School of Peak, how we say it here in Brazil, that building is the School of Peak, and it is covered from the rest of Peak. So this hard zone is a very strong point, making this position so much more strong as well.
And Tropa, with the control of it, can go to the end of this matchup with a great advantage. Let's see how they will fare off. And it's weird to not see Fluxo taking that spot. They tried to go for a different drop call, lost a player really quickly on the match, and now they will have to climb up the pick. But now we see K1 taking bops to the floor. Nice job by K1 using sniper rifles. He's not the sniper Kronos is, but he brought a sniper to help the fights from afar. Now we see Hal trying to rotate, and once again, them and Liberty.
What a crazy rotation, right?
Going for the same rotation by the edges of the map, and now it seems that Liberty got the information that Hal is coming in. Backzing will put VM7 to the floor. Now Japa uses the ice, and Triple X also uses the ice to protect himself from the bullets coming from the top down. We see Davi, nice shot onto Triple X. Nice job, 2 players down for Real, and Liberty will try to come and take Real away once again. They did it on the first Bermuda map of the day, and they might go for it on the second one. Shots coming in onto Davi. We see Antunes using the Chrono to protect himself because Hype and Back were coming from the sides. Back confirms the kill on VM7. Hype will put Japa down, and there's only Antunes to fight. He was completely surrounded. Destroying Real once again. Liberty don't want no 50 cent. They want the full Real coming away off this matchup, Isa.
Yes, and what a trap settled by Liberty. They waited until the Real players were very close to them to make their shots, and they were able to eliminate the whole squad without any problem.
They trapped Real twice in Bermuda.
Yes.
The first time in Cape Town, and the second one on the rotation by the edges. Playing smarter than Real. Real
Yes.
should have known that.
And we see how important this game intelligence is. This has won easily 2 confrontations for Liberty, but we are having a lot of confrontations in the map right now. So let's check out Corinthians and Los Grandes.
Shots coming in. The first player to go down was MVR for Los Grandes, but he was brought back by Juan. We see Zenak and Bunch trying to use the ice to go through. It seems that Corinthians don't want to buy this fight right now because they are out in the open. The open fields of plantation. They don't want to engage into this fight right now. We see MVR using the med kit to heal himself. out and maybe try to harm the players from Corinthians. Vitinho Spey using the eyes to protect himself, as we see Fon trying to find a good spot for him to shoot his Barrett. And Metagaming is also fighting against the Magic Squad, but what a grenade! Players going down for the grenade. Magic Squad is finally wiped out. Good job by the players from Metagaming. 2-1 fights for them. Vitinho Spey with the grenade once again, putting down MVR and finishing off one. The players are coming in. Corinthians is rushing onto the squad of Los Grandes. The remaining player of Los Grandes, Fon, will put Zanak to the floor, holding a little bit onto this rush from Corinthians. Bunch using the Max 7, trying to go after Fon. Fon with the sight on his head, trying to close the gap with the eyes. Vitinho Spey will finish off MVR, and Hazur will bring Fon to the floor. There's only one player to fight for Los Grandes, and they will go down onto the hands of Hazur. 4 kills for Corinthians, and they wipe out Los Grandes. But Loud is coming for this fight as well. They know that the spoils of war are available, and Kawan will put Bunch to the floor. Grenade launcher shots by Kawan, trying to find more players from Corinthians. Vitinho Spey using the grenades to hold against the rush from the players from Loud. Hazur is by the edge of the door. Bunch will be eliminated, but Hazur shows up, tries to get the kill. Noda rushes in. Hazur will have left to hold on, and he will be taken down by the Balbao of Noda. Only Vitinho Spey holding for this Corinthians squad. Can they be eliminated? CS gets the kill on Pack. One more kill closer to the record. Let's see how this will happen today. Grenades coming in from Kawan. The shots from Vitinho Spey. He takes Lost down, but Noda puts him back on the floor. And Corinthians is eliminated on the 7th position with a great job by Loud, as Fluxo eliminates the whole squad from Liberty. And now they are climbing uphill, and they have the 4 players back. 1 kill onto Japa BKR hand and 1 on Sia's hand. 44 kills for them in the day. They need 4 more to get tied with the record for the most kills in a day. A record that belongs to Loud, their main rivals here in LBFF, Isa.
Yes, and Fluxo, as you said, one step closer to beating all records that we know, and Metagaming is going to be their only barrier towards the safe zone. But now...
the barrier has one less brick because Eric is on the floor. Nice job by Ousado, sending him down with the M4A1. Now the rush comes in from Cias. He is leading the rush with Fak by his tail, and Ousado also close to him. Japa BKR is left behind to go for the support. Kawe is flanking, trying to get the shots, and he puts Japa to the floor. Nice job by Kawe. Metagaming once again with a good start for the fight. He tries to take down, and he finishes off the player who is Japa BKR. Cias gets the takedown on Pão. Let's see if Fluxo can bring this back. It's a 3-on-3 fight because Pão is on the floor. Kawe is also on the floor. Fluxo trying to rotate it. Cias gets the kill on Pão. Now it's 3 versus 1, and Fluxo can destroy Metagaming despite being in a great match as of right now. 3 kills for Fluxo. Fak is trying to get some resources from the bodies, and Fluxo once again joining a good fight for them, Lisa.
Yes, and we see the best position of the safe zone is still with Black Dragons Vasco, and Tropa and Loud are going to have to battle to get to the safe zone.
And now we see that Tropa started better. Kawan is on the floor, but he will be helped while the players from Tropa now rush to get in. The ice is used, and Kawan is on the floor. Spiel will go down as Lost puts him down with the Max 7. Grenades coming in from Kiledi and from Mandela. Lost going for the shots onto Moreira, trying to take Moreira down, but Lost is the one who goes to the floor. Noda is circled by the ice walls to protect himself, and now Mandela tries to rotate him, tries to flank the player from Tropa. Noda will put Kiledi to the floor, and Mandela brings it back. Sends him to the floor. Kronos with the sniper rifle, taking Mandela to the floor. Only Kronos to fight, and Tropa will be eliminated. Put it on the count of the Warlock. Kronos takes the whole squad and sends Tropa back to the lobby. Now Vasco is fighting against Fluxo. Cias in the middle of the players of Vasco with Ousado trying to give support. He puts down Easy. Cias making it rain once again. Triple kill onto the hands of Cias. Can he go for the record? Let's check this out. He rotates, he uses the ice, but nice shot, the grenade by Hander. Len will come in to try to take Cias down, and there's only Ousado to fight for this Fluxo squad. Can Vasco go for the double booyah? Would it be amazing to see Vasco with a double booyah? Let's check this out. Ousado, he has his targets on Chucky and Hander. He knows of the 3 players of Vasco. He's showing us that he knows that they're there. He's taking a look at all of them, but we still have 3 teams because we still have a player remaining for Loud. It is Kronos. The Warlock is keeping Loud alive into this matchup. Chucky using the VSS, trying to get the kills onto Ousado. He rushes towards Leno, tries to go for the first kill onto the players of Vasco. Leno uses the ice, goes for the Balbal shots. Ousado takes a lot of damage and Leno will put him down. Nice job by Leno. Now Kronos has to survive. There is Hender, Chucky and Leno to fight for Vasco. Only Kronos for the place of Loud. Hender using the ice, trying to rotate. Kronos goes in, and with the mini Uzi, he puts him down. Leno is coming over. He's from below. Chucky uses the ice. More shots coming in from Kronos, and Kronos puts Chucky to the floor. Can he do it? There is only Leno. He's below the bridge. He has the sniper rifle. Kronos doesn't know of the positioning of Leno. He's trying to get some information, looking at his sights. He knows that there is no ice, so there is no way Leno is over there, only if he's behind the truck. So now he probably knows that he might be below the bridge.
Yes, and look at that. Kronos will probably have to jump off the bridge and basically guarantee Black Dragon's Vasco Booyah. But let's see if any miracles are going to happen.
Let's check this out because the safe zone is shrinking. It's Vasco against Loud. 1 player aside, 11 kills for Loud. The Warlock Kronos. Can the experienced man do it? Or can the newcomer Leno save it for Vasco da Gama? The safe zone stops. More and more expectations right now. The safe zone is shrinking. Kronos will have to jump. He will have to go for the leap of faith. He will have to try to go down. But the safe zone is damaging him. Can he hold on against the players from Vasco? Leno is on the middle of the safe. The battle is for the life, and it's a booyah, Vasco! The double booyah came, and it came once again from a team that came from Serie B. The only 2 double booyahs goes to Godunidas, and now to finish off the day strong, straight double booyahs from Vasco Isa.
The second booyah for Black Dragons Vasco, and they are showing that they are not only the champions of the B series, they are also strong competitors and strong candidates for the title of our 7th season of the LBFF. They had a great match, a lot of eliminations, but also let's highlight Lauji. They had 11 eliminations and a 2nd place. There is going to be a show of punctuation, and both teams got a very good performance, and I am curious.
20 points.
Okay, thank you. And I am curious to see how Black Dragons Vasco goes in the standings with this incredible match.
We got to check out our standings because Vasco, with a double booyah, changed their fate in this first week. They are approaching the top 3 because Fluxo didn't have a great amount of points, and Garunidas went out in the beginning of the match. So Vasco is getting closer and closer to the top 3 to finish off the first week. We gotta check the standings, but you got some to point out?
I got something to point out because Fluxo has beaten the record. Cias has beaten the record. Fluxo got 49 eliminations in this round, which makes them the biggest killers in one single round of LBFF history. And Cias got how many kills, Marcela? Check it out for me.
20 kills.
20 kills only on the count of Cias. And since you are the mathematic goddess, how many kills is that per match?
It's 20 per match. It's 3.3333333.
So, what an amazing kills per match that Cias is having. He is having approximately 3.5 kills per match, and he is a strong competitor for the MVP. I'm thinking Cias is trying to get the MVP still in the second week. What is that?
Do you get the picture that in 2 days he went for more than 30 kills?
Oh my god.
That he's averaging more than 15 kills per day. It's just incredible. But incredible is what Kronos did at this time, holding the whole squad from Loud up until the 2nd position, and he got 3 eliminations onto the Vasco players that were just amazing. The Warlock was alive once again and proving that supports can still make supports can still make the difference. No matter if the new metagaming just put the sniper rifles in a worse position, if they nerfed Barrier, if they nerfed AWM, Kronos is still the man. 5 kills for him.
Yes, it is so much time and so much experience in the competitive scenario of Free Fire. Chrono really is the warlock, as you said. And we had Corinthians, Magic Squad, Los Grandes, Real, 00 Nation, and God in the bottom part of our punctuation chart of the match. And
please, Isa.
please.
I'm sorry.
So we had a historical round in the LBFF with Fluxo beating records, and we have had great performances. Black Dragons showing their true colors, their true potential in the LBFF, and I am so glad that we got to see that firsthand.
Here in the English broadcast.
You completed my sentence.
Of course,
That's so cute.
This is called synergy.
That is so cute.
This is called synergy. And here we are to bring you guys the best of the best. And of course, we got to check out who was the team of the day. 90 points for Fluxo.
Oh my God.
90 points for Fluxo. We were harmed that Vivocade yesterday had 84. Now Fluxo with 90 points, 20 on the hands of CS. That's a new record. 13 on the hands of Ousado, 11 on the hands of Japa BKR, and 5 onto FAC. And look at what they did throughout the day. 32 points in Purgatory, 34 in Bermuda, and 24 in Kalahari. They were strong in all maps.
Yes, it was very balanced. And as kill leaders, we have, oh my God, we have CS with 32 kills in only 12 matches, followed by Ousado, his teammate, with 24 kills in 12 matches, Iago with 19 in 12 matches also, Viting with 19 kills, and DeadGod with 18.
Do you get the fact that CS and Ousado are averaging almost 5 kills per map?
Oh my God.
Together. This puts Flux with only 2 players averaging 5 kills per map in a position that when they get a booyah, they get 17 points immediately because they have 5 kills from those 2 players. It's a moment for those 2 guys that Flux need to put some time on and to get the best of it right now.
Yes, they really are a duo that is making...
They need to capitalize on it. I forgot the word. Capitalize.
that are making all the difference inside the game. And I'm betting that if any squads go up against CS and Ousado, they will have a lot of work cut out for them.
They will have to work it out. We have the confirmation of the booyahs, and we got the standings coming on the screen for you guys to see how the picture finishes off after the first week of LBFF, and Fluxo took the lead. We have Fluxo on the lead. Follow the flow, follow the Fluxo, siga o Fluxo, because they lead the rankings right now, and Gadonidas got to the top 3, only 2 points ahead of Vasco. What a great rise Vasco had on those 2 last maps, Isa.
Yes, Black Dragons Vasco showing why they are here. And let's remember, these standings are the week standings. So we have right now the final result of the first week, and we have Real in the last position, and this in the second to last Netshoes Miners with 70 points, still a good difference from Real. Liberty in the 16th position, Loudgy in the 15th, Drop Up in the 14th, Team Liquid in the 13th with that kill criteria of...
The tie-breaking criteria.
Yes, the tie-breaking criteria, and we have 00 Nation, Cruzeiro Esports, Los Grandes in the 10th place.
And Kronos saved Loud from probably being on the relegation zone.
Yes, that is true.
Because 78 points, if you take the points of the 3 kills that Kronos got, plus the 2 points that he got from they would be in the 16th position, but really close to the relegation zone. They will have 73 points, and that would be really close to the relegation zone. Kronos putting the team on his back in the end of this day to save Loud from a possible danger of relegation, right?
Yes, that is correct, Marcelo.
And of course, don't forget to follow us on our social media at FF Esports. at FF Esports BR. I am Marcelo Ferrantini. Isa is 13X. Follow us for more news on the Brazilian Free Fire scene. Follow us for some codes, maybe some codes.
Rewards.
maybe some rewards. Follow us and we'll be in contact with you. And Isa, it was once again a pleasure to bring all this broadcast with you for the guys.
Yes, it is. It has been a pleasure to be here with you, Marcelo, and with all of you guys all around the world that are here to see and praise our Brazilian Free Fire. This was a show. I am so happy to have been here today.
Thank you, Isa, for being here with me. Thank all our crew for helping us bring you all the emotions of LBFF, and thank you for watching. We'll be here Saturday at 1 p.m. Brazilian time, and we expect you to be here. So let's take a rest. It's one full week before we bring you guys more of the LBFF. So let's hit the skies. Thank you. We'll see you on Saturday.